Hello and welcome to a night 2 years in the making. We are proud to present the very first broadcast of Motor City Rockers hockey here in Fraser, Michigan. I'm Ben Slaggy, joined with Brady Beaton. Brady, how exciting is it that we finally have minor league hockey back in the Detroit area?
Well, like you mentioned, it was a long time coming. This team originally proposed to play in the 2021 season, and well, if COVID happened or not, it wouldn't have happened that year, but I'm glad that it's finally back up and running, and it's nice to have another team in the state of Michigan that should put a good product on the ice, a natural rival with Port Huron. They'll play 16 times this year. The Fed's up to 10 teams, the largest this league has been, and and I would say all 10 franchises are pretty solid and stable. It's nice to see this league take a step in the right direction and slowly build up to what it is today, especially when the Prowlers first got in this league, 4 or 5 team league, double the size. I'm ready for a fun hockey season, Ben.
Yeah, you have to appreciate what Commissioner Don Keeman has done, bringing in 10 teams in this league, making sure the Detroit area has another team as well. I mean, you said it. What a better way to kick off the season than a natural rivalry. They're calling it the interstate rivalry, the I-94 rivalry. Of course, Port Huron, the Prowlers, and of course Motor City Rockers, as the Rockers are coming onto the ice. And there's a lot of good talent, a lot of kids coming from all over the place. But for me, it's just exciting because the last time, this is going to age myself a little bit, the last time we had minor league hockey here was the Vipers.
Yeah, that was longer ago than a lot of people want to admit. And the Federal Hockey League is, well, it's a different brand of hockey. I'd say it's going a little bit of a time capsule. Anyone that comes to a Federal Hockey League game thinking they're going to see the cleanest played hockey game will leave disappointed, but I will guarantee you will see a fun, entertaining, physical brand of hockey. You will see scoring, you will see physicality, and that's what it takes to win in this league, scoring. And with that, the men between the pipes are going to loom large throughout the season. The ones that can get the good goalies and keep the good goalies are the ones that end up having a lot of success.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Speaking of good goaltenders, there's an interesting goaltender on this Rockers roster, Trevor Ridgden. He's a YouTuber, and he's played in Sweden for a couple of years, has his own channel. I mean, anything to draw up buzz, but also, of course, the kid that's going to start tonight is Trevor Babin. Trevor Babin's not a bad goaltender at all. He's very good.
No, he's not, and he's had to play on some teams that have struggled. Hopefully the Rockers can put a little more talent in front of him than he's been used to. You've seen in this league before some old Battle Creek players that went somewhere else and flourished later on in their career once they got on a team that had a little more talent on the ice in front of them.
Yeah, also with these two teams, before we hand it over to the public address announcer, these two teams have a lot in common. They're sharing players. I mean, players, though, in this league do switch teams. You know, you pick up maybe a guy that's not getting enough playing time. You can maybe develop him into a key cog in your organization.
And here's the reality of the Federal Hockey League. It's not like the NHL. It's not like all these other leagues where, hey, you get a guy, you're going to have him for 56 games. You're going to have him for the season. Sometimes real life intervenes. Sometimes guys just, hey, they're from Michigan. They want to go back to Michigan. That's how you get a lot of guys on this team as they introduce the starting lineup. You look up and down the Rockers roster, the majority of their roster are Michigan-made guys. I'll give you the starting lineups real quick. A couple Michigan guys on the starting lineup. At forward, Artem Alikin out of Russia. The center, Brad Ryder. He's from Grand Rapids, Michigan. At right wing, Tommy Cardinal from Quebec. And then at defense is where you get a lot of Michigan players, and I think what could be a strength of this Rockers team. Mike Wynn, a 6'3" product from Ann Arbor, and Brandon Contrado. He's one of the most interesting men in the Fed. We can talk about that later, but he's a heck of a player. He can act as another forward at defense, and as you mentioned, Trevor Babin in net for Motor City tonight.
Yeah, you're right. We're going to give it back to the PA announcer. We will have the national anthem, and we will get this one underway here at Big Boy Arena in Fraser, Michigan. Well, there you go. Wouldn't be a Rockers game without some rock music, would it, Brady?
It's a fun way to start off not only the Motor City Rockers season, but the Federal Hockey League season as a whole. You know, you're kind of on the spotlight. You're the only regular season game going on tonight. You have one preseason, but this is you get the spotlight. You're the new kid in town, and you get basically the whole Fed watching tonight. You got time to show what you've got coming into your inaugural campaign.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And every game this year, you will have a junior puck, a kid who plays Pee Wee who drops the puck. It's always going to be ceremonial. And it seems like we have a kid today who plays hockey here in this arena for the Big B squad. And right now, right there for a camera opportunity was Everett Thompson. He's joining number 84, Dustin Henning. As they shake hands and get ready to do battle in this one. Don't you just love the new uniforms though? I mean, black and purple sometimes can be hard to pull off. You see the Ravens do it well in the NFL. You don't see a lot of college teams pull it off, but the Rockers pulling it off pretty nicely with those uniforms.
Well, the key to pulling off an off color like purple is to use it sparingly, and they do. I think both sides have very sharp looking uniforms, and well, it's been a long time coming, but we're about to get ready to start this season.
Yes, we are. Entering the face-off circle for the Rockers will be Tim Perks. He's going to do battle against Dakota Ulmer. Ulmer actually played locally here in Michigan as we are officially underway. The very first game in Rockers history. Puck at the half wall. The Rockers come out with it. Perks just dumped it ahead. Now he's going to pick it back up and dump it back on the backhand. Little tie up there. Didn't hurt anybody. Henning's just going to survey behind the net before he gets the breakout going. Pass on the near side. That was intended for Ulmer. He couldn't get there. That's going to be a save. Puck is still loose in front. Now it's kicked out behind the net.
Maybe a little nerves early on, but if you're Trevor Babin, you want that. You want to secure that rebound. That sat in the crease for way too long.
Oh, God. Yeah, you hope the butterfly starts settling down, and maybe, it will come settling down in just a second. But Devaney has the puck. He loses it at the half wall on the far side. Picking it up is Alekin. Alekin just signed his contract with the Rockers a couple of days ago officially. That was all over social media.
One thing you want to look for early in this game is for Port Huron, you know who the goal scorers are. Everyone knows who Matt Graham is. Everyone knows who Dalton Jay is, who Larry Vartiainen is. Who is going to be those go-to guys early for the Rockers? Who are going to be their goal scorers? You'd like to get one early, just kind of get the edge off.
Definitely. Get the crowd into it, and a good crowd. And you're right, Brady, though. Taking the edge off would be big. Rockers have possession on it. It's Thompson. It's going to get ridden out to the corner. Centering pass gets intercepted. Picking it up is Devaney. He then leaves it behind the net. With it now is Parsons. Parsons is just going to chip it up ahead. That's going to get intercepted. Goddard had it there for a moment, loses it. Puck still bouncing around. There's a big hit behind the play. The puck's dumped into the end line here. Rockers with a centering opportunity. Suffredini's going to try to settle it down on the near side circle. There's one in front. That's going to be a save. Big save by Rodriguez. Still in front. He pokes it away.
Good job on that centering pass. Evan Foley for Port Huron got his stick out. Hey, got just enough of it to break up the feed.
Prowlers trying to give it up to the far side. Trying to get it clear here. Good forechecking pressure by the Rockers. Suffredini had it for a moment. Now it's going to come back out to the point. Suffredini has it in the slot. Fired it into a crowd. Rebound goes. Big save there by Rodriguez.
He had to save it off his own man's stick. It was Hendel just trying to knock it down, get it out of harm's way. Instead, almost put it between his own pipes. And after the first initial surge by Port Huron, Motor City's had them on their heels. They've been attacking. You'd like to see that, especially as the line changes start to come out. Port Huron started with their third line out. You see their first line out there now. You want to see how they keep up the pressure with their best skaters out.
Definitely. Yeah, that was something that was interesting, starting with the third line, and normally top line goes out, but the funny thing is the Rockers matched. Here's the Prowlers with a centering opportunity. Good save in front by Babin, punching that away. Minnie's going to keep it in, sends it right back. Babin turns that away as well.
And that's the danger of having both 92 and 51 in white out there for Port Huron. Some of the leading point scorers all time for Port Huron. They can score, and they can score quickly. You almost saw them in the first 30 seconds of ice time, net one.
Here's a pass to Jay. Tries to hold it onto his stick. He can't. He's going to just dump it down, though. Picked up by Marit. Now it's dangerously in front. The Rockers looking for a clear. Punched out. On the stick now, Olekin. Olekin tries to dangle around. He's going to be ridden to the boards instead. Rockers trying to get that forward checking pressure. Maybe trying to work on that bail back into the neutral zone a little bit. Clausen on a D to D. That's going to be moved back through the neutral zone. Touched at the timeline, and the Prowlers will just dump it on in. So far, you can really tell, Brady, both these teams just kind of feeling each other out, trying to find tape-to-tape passes. And here's the Rockers with an opportunity. Rodriguez with a save. Rebound still loose. I think that's incidental, but they're still going to call interference here. And we have our first fight. 3:54 into the period. Now we have another one in front. Yannick Rodriguez, though. You saw his head kind of bounce on the crease and then the helmet pop off. Hope he's okay.
Yeah, it didn't look intentional, but most officials are going to call that. And if you had to guess who the first person from Port Huron was going to fight, you weren't expecting Austin Federley, one of the smaller players out there, but when he needs to, he does his best, he throws his weight around, he doesn't back down due to his size, and any player worth their weight, a veteran like Federley, is going to protect his goalie, incidental or not, and I believe the Prowlers are going to get a power play out of that sequence.
Yeah, they're getting it sorted out at the scorer's table. And you're right, though, Federley, not the biggest guy on the ice. He's 5'6", 150 pounds.
That might be generous.
Most rosters aren't, Brady. Like, when I played football, I'm not 6'1". They listed me at 6'1". So, I'm sure, though, you're what, 6'4"?
About 6'2 and a half. On a good day, if I stretch out.
There you go.
Let's see. They have two guys in the box, but I imagine it might be a 5 and a 2 for Clouston.
Probably. I'd say that's a very safe guess.
One thing I've noticed, both goalies, we talked about Babin for Motor City not controlling the rebound. Well, that's kind of what started that whole sequence for Port Huron and Motor City when the Port Huron's goalie Rodriguez couldn't really control it, and there was a big clash at the net. That's one thing that will drive goalie coaches insane.
Yeah, there you go. Clouston's going to be in the box for 2 minutes. Goaltender interference. It's going to be the call.
Interesting that they didn't send anyone else in the box. So I wonder what the penalty they'll give Federley. Because if they gave him 5 and 2, you'd imagine someone would serve for Clouston, so he could also serve as fighting major.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Here comes the Prowlers, though. They're going to try to maybe cash in on the first power play of the season. Gives it up to the far side. There's a quick shot. Couldn't get a finger on the trigger, though. It's an easy clear for the Rockers. Prowlers looking to get the breakout going. It's going to be passed on the near side. Puck on the stick of Merritt. Officially, it's going to be fighting and goaltender interference. Here's a shot for the Prowlers. Good save there by Babin. Rebound comes out. Trying to control it is Devaney. Gives it up to the corner now with it.
That's an interesting way to dissect that skirmish. Because they said 5 and 2 for both, correct?
Yes.
Yet it's 5 on 4. I have to imagine there was a miscommunication at some point.
There has to be. No, I agree with you, Brady. Here's a quick shot. Rebound dangerously loose. And then we have a check into the post from behind. It's easily going to be cross-checking.
That might be 5.
That should be 5. Frank Schumacher, the guilty party.
And now it looks like they're sending someone in to serve with Clouston.
Yeah, it's going to serve with Thompson. Thompson's going to be serving with Clouston. So there you go. There was 47 seconds left. And they just threw another 2 minutes on there. I think they're going to actually now get the scoreboard correct.
Yeah, that's
called
the wrong
officials.
side.
Yeah, they just called the officials back to the scorer's table with that horn. So that's what they said, that, I'm going to serve. Yeah, he said, I'm going to serve the 5. You even see Everett Thompson saying, no,
well, he'd serve the 2, right?
Yeah.
He'd serve the 2 for Clausen, and he'd have to stay the extra 3 minutes along with Federle.
Yeah.
So the 2 should go on the Prowler side.
It should.
Opening night for everyone.
Ring rust is all over the place.
That's a bit of a gift. Hey, you get an opportunity shorthanded, draw a penalty now. A 2-minute power play gets cut about in half, and you'll get an abbreviated power play. Chance to get the first goal of the game and stir up the momentum. We've only played 5 minutes, but there's been a lot of action packed in these first 5 minutes and 8 seconds.
As you would expect. Again, it's supposed to be a rivalry, right?
At least in geography at this point, yes, a lot of these guys familiar with each other. There's a fair amount of former Prowlers on the Motor City Rocker roster. Yep. The ones that have played the most, I mean, Josh Colton was a part of a couple really solid teams in Port Huron. Brandon Contrado played up there. And then there's a list of others that played a handful of games, but they didn't spend too long in Port Huron, but still, 2 teams very familiar with each other's personnel.
Definitely. Here's a face-off win for the Prowlers. They're going to quickly race this one into the offensive zone. He's on the stick of Alex Johnson, and the officials are going to say that that's their mistake. I don't know why the play stopped, and then they just blew it. So.
Got our first media timeout of the period, and well, it's been a fun first 5 minutes, as I was saying, and we're waiting for one team to really get into rhythm. You feel like one side's starting to, get into their system, starting to get tape-to-tape passes, and then the other side responds really well. This is a Prowlers team that last year, Ben, that was very frustrating for fans to watch. There were multiple times they'd get 2-3 goal leads early in the game and end up on the wrong side of the scoreboard as the game went on. That has to do with the depth sometimes, and then another note for people unfamiliar with the Prowlers, Matt Graham, their player, coach, GM, essentially he does everything but drive the bus.
Man of many hats.
Yes, he does.
I was going to say, he's a man of many hats, and so is Alex Johnson. So Johnson is not only a player, he's an associate head coach and assistant general manager for the Prowlers as well. So there we have it. The ice has been cleaned up. You're right, this would have been a media timeout if we had commercials. I love how they have the kids from the Big Boy Hockey Club here at Big Boy Arena cleaning up the ice around the nets. Always good to get the community involved. Pretty good crowd here today, too. Kind of still rolling in, filling in. Some standing room only. Some people can sit down if they want. So Rockers have control of the puck here. It's going to be 4-on-4 hockey for 30 seconds. And then, of course, Motor City will come out on the power play. Here's Perks with a shot. Good glove save, Brian Roderick. Perks good forechecking pressure, trying to get control of it. Quick D-to-D pass here. Henning with it, gives it on up. Jay's going to tip it. It's going to go all the way down, as good as a clear. Sufferdini has control of the puck on the near side. Feels the pressure, gives it up to Perks. Perks will walk it in. Bartlett now with the puck on the near side, just gives it down to the end line. Perks picks it up. Now it's the power play. There's a shot. That's going to go wide.
Just trying to get pucks on net right now. Again, when you have a goalie like Rodriguez that's giving up rebounds, just throw the puck at him. Good things are going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Any hockey coach will tell you that. Put the pucks on the net and crash. Speaking of hockey coaches, the head coach of the Rockers, Gordy Brown, was at Northville High School for the past couple of seasons, but don't let that fool you. He actually trains a lot of players when he's not coaching. So he's trained a lot of players that have played junior and college hockey. Here's a good look. Contrado with a shot. It's going to be a big save.
Those are the looks you want for Contrado. He's a guy that you want manning your power point. You want him at the top, at the point, taking shots like that. If they can get the puck on 90 stick with looks like that, they'll have success on the power play.
Yeah, Contrado's one of those offensive defensemen. He can play both forward and defense. That is how he's listed on the rosters. The puck's still bouncing around. Here's Perks with it. 10 seconds left on the power play. There's a shot. Roderick makes the save as it comes out to the far side corner. Babin telling everybody the power play is going to expire, and it does. We're back to full strength hockey.
Now, Ben, correct me if I'm wrong. We're about 7 minutes in. I don't think we've had but maybe one frozen puck so far.
Yep.
There's going to be a rebound goal sooner rather than later. You can't leave it on a platter when you got professionals like this.
Very true. Good save by Roderick there. Big hit, throwing some shoulder around his Cardinal. Puck's going to be at the end line here. There's a battle for it. Henning had it, stops, and now he's going to give it up to Ulmer. Ulmer has control of the puck, gets it inside the neutral zone. He's going to walk it all the way down. There's a shot glove save there by Babin, and there you go. You just said we haven't had a frozen puck. We just got one.
Ask and I shall receive, and now he's still getting a little chippy out there. They have to be careful. Austin Weber, the man, a few extra words for his counterparts. Motor City right now out shooting Port Huron 12-5, and I'd say 2 or 3 of those 5 for Port Huron came in the first 60 seconds of this game.
Easily, very much so. I mean, Motor City's been having good puck possession. That's what you want. Yeah, Gordy Brown officially took over the head coaching responsibilities of this team in August. They've had a training camp. They've had a couple of practices. He always has his players playing tough within the system that he generates. Motor City getting it all the way down. Gaudette overskates the puck. Now he's going to be pinned in the corner. Puck's going to come out to the point. Thompson gives it up to the far side. There's a quick shot by Colton, and that's going to be turned away. Suffredini tried to get after that one. Now it's going to be numbers. Here come the Prowlers the other way. It's going to be good recovery there by Colton to get control of the puck. Oh, deflected in front. Whew. Babin closed that 5-hole just at the right time.
Especially when that first line's out for Port Huron, like you saw, they'll try to leak out. They'll try to force those odd man rushes. Sometimes it hurts them. Hey, sometimes they try to get too offensive. They get numbers going the other way. But when they get on the same page, Port Huron can be a dangerous team with how aggressive they are working the other way, especially when you see Dalton Jay on the ice.
Yeah, I was going to say, Evan Foley was one who deflected it into Babin. There was another shot that just goes wide. Rebound at the near side half wall. Bartlett flicks it ahead. That's going to be dangerous, and just swiped at there by Marit. Puck's going to come around on a bank. Getting control of it now is the Rockers. Another way to date myself, the last team called the Rockers here in the Detroit area was an indoor soccer team.
Probably a while ago.
Yeah, they played out of Cobo Arena.
That was a while ago then.
I was going to say, I'll be 37 in about 3 weeks, so I'm up there. But we're almost halfway through this first period. Again, puck possession's been pretty good as the Rockers will send number 21, Brad Reeder, into the face-off circle. Wynn and Contrado, the defensive pairing behind. Contrado gets the puck, it's just going to cycle it down, and gets a bank pass. And right there at the far side post. Here's Wynn, just is going to offer a bank pass. Almost like Joe Lewis, right? The end boards are bouncy.
Throw it off the boards. Tell you what, you go up to McMorran Arena, they'll be just as bouncy.
Yep. Speaking of bouncy, here's numbers for the Rockers. It's a 2-on-none, back and forth, and good recovery by the Prowlers. Johnny on the spot, assistant coach Alex Johnson tied that one up, and now we're going to have another penalty here.
Maybe got
be roughing.
Just a little too cute on that 2-on-0. You're getting close to the crease. Those angles aren't great. A good goalie's going to come out and cut off the angle. Hey, he's been giving up rebounds all night long through this first period. Fire a shot on that. You had the numbers. I thought Alikin was at a good angle. I'd have liked to see him shoot there instead of try to force that pass through a small window.
And, of course, Johnson with one of those good fouls, right?
Right.
You know, making sure the puck doesn't go in, even though now the Rockers will get their second power play of the game. Here's Contrado. Cycles it in front. Oh, good one-timer. Just easy put away. Coming with it now is Foley. Offers a shot. Babin will freeze it. But, man, what a one-timer right in front for the Rockers, almost taking advantage of the power play 13 seconds in.
And again, Port Huron is not going to sit on their heels when they're shorthanded. You saw right there, Foley was leaking out very quickly, trying to steal a goal shorthanded down a man. You can't count that out. Again, it works on a two-way street. If you can shut that down, next thing you know, you got a 5-on-3 working the other direction.
Exactly. You got to choose your spots when you're going to cherry pick like that. But you're right. Evan Foley just leaking out at the right time and almost got it to work. Here's Thompson with the puck. He's just going to dump it on in. Chasing after it on the far side is Lambden. Can't get to it. Now it's going to be controlled by Henning. Kept in at the far side by Suffredini. Now Lambden gets hit at the end lines. He's going to get control of the puck here. Now he gets slammed into the corner. Prowlers trying to get it clear. Suffredini holds it on in. Rockers looking for that perfect shot. Who's going to cycle down in front? Oh, there's a centering pass, but the Prowlers will get a good clear on the stick of Dakota Almer.
Maybe more importantly for Port Huron on the defense, they get a fresh set of legs out. So does Motor City. Got about 55 seconds left to go on the man advantage. Want to see him capitalize.
Here's Perks with the puck. Now he's going to leave it for Suffredini. Suffredini's going to get it. He's going to stop and survey. Rockers looking for that perfect opportunity. Colton with it, gives it up to the near side. Now pass to Suffredini on the far side.
Just missing that tape by a hair takes you out of your rhythm, takes you out of that power play momentum you had, and let Port Huron reset. They were all on the near side. Suffredini had plenty of time on the far side to walk it up and put some pressure on him.
Bartlett had an opportunity, gets forced off the puck. Now it'll be frozen right there by Roderick because there's more shoving after the whistle. 19 seconds left in the man advantage here. Looking for their second power play pelvis, the Prowlers. We'll have another stoppage for snow removal. But yeah, so far though, what are some of the things that you've liked that the Rockers have done outside of, you know, a pretty strong forecheck? As you said, tape-to-tape passing could be a little bit better. What are your thoughts so far as we're halfway through the first period in a 0-0 game?
Well, I like that when Port Huron has gotten their opportunities, they get essentially one, and then they get the puck out of the zone. They attack the other end, and they don't let the puck stay on their side of the blue line for too long. And when Motor City has it, yeah, sometimes it's the double-edged sword. Sometimes you think when it doesn't work, you're getting too cute, but when it does, it's a thing of beauty, and you go, that's what we want from it with all the extra passes. I like that they have picked their spots to try to be cute and fire it on net. Just got to get that first one in, because right now Rodriguez faced a ton of shots so far through the first part of the game. He has faced a load of them as I trying to get the official stats to reload with the looks like 14 shots for Motor City. Sometimes goalie can get into a rhythm, even though, hey, he took that big shot earlier. Doesn't seem to affect him too much.
No, so far he's been handling the moment pretty darn well. Perks is going to be in the face-off circle for the Rockers on the near side. He'll go up against Matt Graham, the head coach. Head coach gets a win, and the Prowlers get a good clear.
Should just about kill the power play.
Yeah, that was a big face-off win for the Prowlers. Rotondi gives it up to the far side. Now he's going to get it back. Gives it up to Clouston on the near side. Has a centering man and can't connect tape to tape. Crashing there was Makima. The Prowlers now looking to flip the ice the other way. Here's Jay with it. Drops it to Johnson. Johnson's going to be pinched off at the wall. Now the Prowlers get control of the puck, and now Motor City's going to get a clear out of it. Just an errant puck. Going back to retrieve this one is Gino Mini. Mini out of Richmond, Michigan. He's going to just settle it down, and we'll have a little switch before the breakout happens. Jay's going to tap it. Motor City will just pitchfork this one back into the Prowler end. Reeder has an opportunity. There's a shot. Oh, as you said, Bouncy goaltenders, they don't absorb, they deflect.
No, and even there, Rodriguez is able to fall on it, but only after a short scramble. Motor City's gotten a few turnovers inside the Port Huron zone. You're just waiting for that first one to find twine and connect, because you feel like they've had good opportunities here in the first period.
Yeah, so far shots favoring Motor City. There's another one. Now 15-7.
One more pushing and shoving. I know number 8 says Letty. That's Elias Thompson.
Yep.
But it seems like after every whistle, there's a few more words, a few more shoves to go on. Both teams are finally ready to see a different color uniform in front of them.
Oh yeah, I mean you can see Elias Thompson just keep jawing back and forth. Might be trying to start something. I think he's ready to drop some gloves. Here's a good win. Win gives it to Contrado. There's a shot into a crowd. Prowlers get a good little clear there. Coming with it now is Veratinen. He loses it though. Motor City trying to keep it in the neutral zone as the Prowlers now are just going to dump it right back in on the stick of Veratinen. Wynn's going to pin him there behind the boards. Now picking this one on up is Reeder. Intended pass to Thompson. He's not going to play it. And, ooh.
Would have been offside.
Yes, it would have.
Had to abandon it.
Yep.
Nice poke check.
I like the gap integrity here for the Rockers as well. They're doing a good job allowing that spacing between man and puck not to overcome it.
And sometimes in the Fed, you'll get teams that it kind of gets into pickup hockey where it's trading chances back and forth. I do like how, like you mentioned, the gap integrity, the defense being played by Motor City and shutting down any Port Huron chances, most of them before they even get started.
Yeah, and I can tell you this because I've called a lot of Northville hockey games over the past couple of years. This is looking like a Northville hockey team in the system-wise, which is let your defense generate offense for you when you can. It's almost a Gordie Brown staple. Here's Johnson with the puck, moves it ahead to center ice. Can't be cleanly collected as the Rockers try to get it there for a second. Now Minnie with the puck, gives it back up to the neutral zone. Johnson can't touch it, so it's going to be icing. No, they're going to wave it off.
Maybe saying Colton could have played it before, picked it up behind the net.
I agree, that's what it could have been. Here's Seferdini keeping it in, fires it into a crowd. Perks now coming to the near side to get control of the puck. There's a battle for it. It's going to come out on the stick there of Martin. Martin will just dump it on in, and Babbitt will play it. Getting control of it now, Makima tries to flip it ahead. Good play by Port Huron to get control of the puck. Jay tries to get it off the bank pass. Now he has it. Surveys. There's a centering opportunity. No one's there. Prowlers over skating the puck a little bit. Now they're trying to just settle it down. Parsons just offers an opportunity into a crowd. Prowlers retain possession though. Giving it up to the far side. Picking it up now is Makima. Makima is going to flip it ahead to Perks. He'll settle it down at the timeline. Now he enters the offensive zone. Absorbs a hit. Can't fully get control of the puck. Now Devaney with it. Prowlers with a good look in the slot. Better save there by Babin.
That's one man you don't want to see with the puck in that spot, Larry Vartiainen. He has some of the best hands you'll see in this entire league, and he almost was able to get the first goal of the game.
Yeah, so far 15 minutes have gone by. 15 minutes and 15 seconds. Still looking for that first one. Both teams have had good looks. Just haven't been able to bury one just yet. Prowlers get control of the puck. They send it back into the offensive zone, and the Rockers send it right back into the neutral zone. Now it kind of seems like later on in the period, the Prowlers starting to just move up the ice 200 feet, inch by inch.
They are, and I will give the Rockers a lot of credit. Besides that Vartiainen look, haven't had too many high-quality chances so far.
Here's a 3-on-2. There's numbers. The Rockers with a shot. Oh, just pushing it wide. Rebound still loose. Puck's going to come out. Now the Prowlers with it on the stick of number 19, Federally. He has a shot. It's going to be a good glove save by Babin. Whoa. More extracurricular activity.
And it's Johnson again. Don't think there'll be too many Christmas cards being sent between these two teams.
How many times did they play again after this? 15?
Yeah, 15 more times, including 2 more times this weekend, tomorrow and Saturday. They'll be up at McMorran Arena in Port Huron, Michigan, so they'll get 3 out of the way early, and at least you'll get a feel of what both teams will be after the weekend. And the FHL, Ben, it's not, like I said in the pregame, it's not like a lot of leagues. There's not a whole lot of continuity year to year. It looks like they're taking Cardinal and who is that for Port Huron? Looked like they sent 62. Oh, Minnie.
Yeah.
Surprised that's his first trip to the box. He's been jawing and pushing a lot. But like I was saying, there's not a lot of continuity between seasons. And actually the fact that Port Huron has kept the core of Graham, Jay, Federally, Vartiainen for a few years now is a little uncommon in this league. So you don't really know what each team's going to be. You have teams that are bad one year that make a title run the next. Teams that make a title run that struggle to make the playoffs the next year. It's really just hard to tell.
Brady, you want to give us a update on shots really quick?
Yeah, Motor City still dominating in that department, doubling up Port Huron 18-9. And Mo Rodrigue, frankly, has stopped a few high-quality chances. Motor City's missed on a few high-quality chances, and looks like we'll maybe play some 4-on-4 hockey. They have 2 minutes up on the board for both sides.
They do.
And I'm actually surprised, thinking about it a little more, that they took Minnie and not Johnson. But you know, it's always the second man in. It's never the one that starts it.
No.
And I think they were going to let that go, but then Minnie came in, had a few more words. Cardinal took exception. And, well, you're going to have to sit across from your teammates for a couple minutes.
One thing I like about, again, these young peewee skaters that play for Big Boy, they're trying to get the crowd excited as they're out there just waving their hands, cheesing it up for the crowd. You got to love it.
Yeah, and fans have had to kind of sit on their hands so far. You've had a few skirmishes, but still waiting for that first goal. And I will say, there is a fair amount of red and black in this arena at Big Boy Arena. Port Huron fans, it's only about a 40-minute drive. Yep. They travel pretty well. Yeah,
I mean, again, that's one good thing about this geographical rivalry, right? Only 40 minutes down the road, can go pick up, good game, come right back. I mean, it's absolutely perfect. Why not? But yeah, we're going to have 4-on-4 hockey with 4 minutes left.
Choice.
Yeah.
Good. A little more open ice, maybe a chance.
Oh, there's a quick shot in the goal. Joe Devaney, even strength, puts it through 4 seconds in on the reset.
Yeah, he beat me to it. I was going to say a little more open ice, maybe a chance for the first goal, and just kind of slipped right out to him, and then you get a spot right there. You don't want to miss that one. He was point blank. Not a lot you can do if you're Trevor Babin.
No, and that was even a better pass right there from the end line from Federally after winning the faceoff. I mean, that was pretty good. Found a way to not only win the faceoff, get it to the end line, picking it up at the end line and finding Devaney to get that goal high in the slot.
A little frustrated if you're a Rockers fan. You've been out shooting them all period, and then they get that one bounce, and Devaney finishes a shot from point blank. And hey, you just tip your cap to him. Now you have to find a way. You like to answer before the period's up.
Colton trying to pick up the puck here. He's getting good forechecking pressure. Suffredini overskates it. Now Lambden will pick up the puck. Still going to be 4-on-4 hockey. Here's an opportunity for the Rockers into the slot. Gets taken out, centering opportunity. Suffredini not ready for it. Gives it back to the point. There's a shot and a blast by Colton, but it's going to go wide.
And when Gaudette brought it up, I thought he had a chance just to fire it. He skated it around. There was no one there to help him. 2 white jerseys, and it kind of ended a decent opportunity for him.
Yeah. I mean, you understand why he's kind of bailing from the net. I mean, you would like a shot there, but if you don't have a trailer, maybe try to come back for your trailer. But
4-on-4 messed things up, and that would be a bad turnover.
Speaking of which, the Rockers recover very, very nicely. Trying to get a breakout going here. Good pass to Suffredini. Now gives it to Perks. Perks has control of it. He's at the far side. Looking for a way for Bartlett to get a stick on it. He couldn't bang it home.
And again, first game, brand new team. You're trying to learn a system.
Yep.
Even by Saturday, I'm sure they'll be a little more comfortable with what Coach Brown wants compared to here in the first period of the first game of the season.
Okay, here's numbers for the Prowlers. There's a shot. Babin makes a shoulder save. Perks comes out with it. It's a 2-on-2. Him and Bartlett, and good poke check away there by Henning. Man, Henning just was right there on the bail, was playing good gap, and then just got a stick on it.
Yeah, and when the Rockers get it in the Port Huron zone, it seems like there's just a trio of white jerseys triangulating the net, saying it's got to go through 3 or 4 of us before it finds the net.
Definitely. Everyone's back now. It's going to be full strength, 5-on-5 hockey for the last 2 minutes here. Dumped in by the Rockers. It's going to be settled down by Roderick. Picking up the puck is Parsons, gives it up to the far side. Gagne had it for a second, gives it up now to the near side. Looking for that stretch pass on the stick of Graham. Graham will just dump it on in. Almost 90 seconds left here in the opening period. It's a 1-0 game. Oh, there's a shot. It's going to go wide. That was off the stick of Dalton Jay. There's another shot into a crowd. Babin finds it, covers it up like a hungry hippo. Just freezes the puck. Man, but now again, we're seeing every 30 seconds of this period, we've seen the ice tilt just back in the Prowlers' favor. And, you know, it's something that, again, to your credit, to your point, Brady, they are just keeping in, just knowing the systems, knowing where guys are going to be, knowing where the stretch pass opportunities are. You can definitely see that they're trying to take advantage of a more, I won't say inexperienced team because this team has experience, but maybe not chemistry just yet.
Yeah, and they now brought the shot total a little closer. They up to 12 shots now in the period for Port Huron, and even just about 5 minutes ago, Motor City was basically doubling them up, and they've had all the opportunities the last 4 or 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, like I said, every 30 seconds, it seems like that ice is just going to tilt a little bit more, and it's almost like that quicksand effect, right? You don't want to over-try and try too hard to get that first goal. You just want to play your game, stay within your system, and see what happens. Here's Gaudette with the puck. Oh, just leaves it at the doorstep. Prowlers will take it over. They'll have numbers. They almost have a 4-on-3. Prowlers getting a bank pass to the far side. There's a shot. Babin will just turn it away. Rockers just looking for one final opportunity, flipping it to the far side. Here's a good look. There's a shot. Easy save by Roderick. Offering that one was Everett Thompson. He was the one who settled it down and offered a shot. But Roderick just had him in his crosshairs the whole time.
And give a little bit of credit to Port Huron. Some of their offense has come from back on their own blue line, doing a good job, not letting Motor City get into their system, get into rhythm, getting those poke checks in. As soon as they get the poke check, they know there's 4 white jerseys working the other way. You just have to find one of the tapes of their sticks.
Exactly, yep. So getting kicked out of the face-off circle is Ritter. Instead, the Rockers will still win it anyways, and here's a shot. It's going to go wide. Rebound loose, and it's going to be slapped at, and it's going to go into the safety netting. Maybe a first-game souvenir for a kid. Look at that. Come to your first game, get a puck.
One way to make a fan.
Right? Normally, you have to go when the Zambonis going around. You have to go through like the camera hole and bang on the glass and be like, can I have a puck? But that one was just a free gift over the safety net. Suffredini offers a shot. It's going to be a save, and Prowlers are going to get a good clear here. Now coming racing after it is Weber. Just going to leave the puck behind. 18 seconds left. Can the Rockers maybe get a goal before going into the locker room? Prowlers doing a good job pinning to the corner. Bartlett trying to dig this one out with Ritter. Killing time, 5 seconds left. Pass to the near side. Maybe you want a shot there instead of a pass. Brad Ritter looking maybe to do a little too much. But either way, after one, it's a 1-0 game. It's still close. You've had opportunities all throughout the first period on Danik Roderick, and just Roderick's been doing a good job keeping that puck away from the net.
Yeah, and if you're Gordy Brown, you're going into the locker room and you're telling, hey, trust the system, keep working, keep doing what you're doing because you have the opportunities. You've had good chances on net. Hey, the other guy's getting paid too. Rodriguez getting a game check too. He's playing well, but what do? You just got to keep throwing the shots on net. It was a bouncy puck in the first period. I expect it to stay bouncy in the second. Crash the net, and maybe you get a cheap one, maybe you get one in off of a shoulder or a skate, but just get one somehow and tie it up because Port Huron was able to find the way to just find one on a nice pass from Federley that set up the only goal of the period from Davini. And hey, you tip your cap to him, but you keep doing what you're doing in the second period, because more often than not, you play that period, you feel like you get at least one.
Yeah, I mean, the opportunities have been there. You just like I said previously, you just don't want to get that quicksand effect, right? Where you're working too much and you keep sinking. And I think also one thing too, before we step away and catch our breath here, is they are going to do a closest to the dot challenge here, just seeing where those pucks are landing. But also one thing that we've seen too is Port Huron's done a really good job sneaking those one-touch stretch passes right where the Rockers are just keeping their feet almost like on their heels, trying to get back. You don't want to give up too much as you're trying to create that attack. You want to make sure your defenders are staying near the blue line, maybe creep up a little bit on the blue line. But what do you got to do, maybe, Brady, to negate that? Because, I mean, we've seen now 4 or 5 quick touch passes from about the dot all the way to the point, and it's led for some uneven numbers for Port Huron to get those scoring chances.
You just got to know, hey, when you cross the blue line, you can't all crash. You can't all think you got a chance to score. Keep a guy back. They want to leak out, because if you catch him on one, that's a chance to get the goal back.
Right, exactly. So hopefully a little bit more scoring opportunities. Maybe the Rockers get one back. We will find out in about 16 minutes or so. Until then, we'll step away. We'll allow you to catch your breath as well. You are watching Rockers hockey on the Rockers TV network. We'll be right back. right, welcome back here to Big Boy Arena. Almost ready to get the second period underway here between the Rockers and the Prowlers. And if you do come down to Big Boy Arena, one, you're more than welcome to. Two, bring your kids. There's a really cool Genesis Credit Union Kids Zone that has a goal shooting contest, a cornhole contest, and then of course there's along the back wall a Rockers logo backdrop. If you want to take a selfie there, you can definitely take those and immerse yourself in the pageantry that we're trying to bring you here in Fraser, Michigan, as both teams coming out onto the ice. And what adjustments would you make, Brady, between the first and second period if you're Coach Brown?
Really I wouldn't make a ton. I thought Motor City played a pretty clean first period. The one goal from Port Huron, hey, your defenseman was out of position. Federally sent a nice pass out in front and the guy buried it. Not much you can do there. Hey, you say make sure you know where you are. It's a 4-on-4 situation. I'm not too worried about that. I liked a lot of the opportunities that Motor City had and the Rockers had in that first period. Just kind of keep attacking the way you have been. I didn't like how Port Huron was starting to flip the ice a little bit at the end of the second. I'd like to see them come out strong and get the first few shots here in period number 2.
Yeah, near the end of most of the period, they were getting outshot 2-1. At the end of the period, they started to really tighten up the shots on goal. The end of the first period, shots on goal 18-13 in favor of Motor City, but they were at 18, Brady, with about, 8 minutes left in the first period, I want to say?
Yeah, not a lot of good chances, and the one they did have, they missed well wide of the net. Let's see what adjustments are made, because this is one difference that I think, an advantage that Motor City may have over Port Huron. You have a coach that's on the bench and gets to see the adjustments that need to be made. A lot easier to do that when you're standing on the bench, seeing the game from afar, than when you're on the ice playing.
Definitely. We are underway here for the second period. Motor City has it, tries to get this one out. Thompson's going to give it up. Gaudette swipes at it. Now he's going to try to settle it down with his mitt. Powers will pick it on up. Schumacher gave it up to the near side. Walking with it now is Federally. He'll just dump it on in. Prowler's going to get control of it again in the neutral zone, and it's going to be easily dumped into the far side. Going in to collect is Rotondi. Now a centering opportunity in front. Babin has to make a swipe at it. Man, that's a dangerous play. Everyone was sleeping for the Rockers.
And again, you get out of position defensively. Larry Vartiainen in close. More times than not, he lights the lamp for Port Huron.
Motor City's going to collect the puck here. Gives it back up to Clouston. Clouston's just going to survey. There's going to be a delay call. It seems like the official has a hand up, but no one's. There we go. High stick will be the call. It looks like the guilty party is Austin Weber.
And everyone was confused on that one.
Well,
Babin didn't leave the net. The guy had the hand up behind him, and I didn't see the high stick when it happened. But again, I've been wrong many times. So, hey, you'll take the power play any way you can get it.
Yeah. 1 minute, 8 seconds into the second period here. As Motor City trying to find its way on to the scoreboard. They've had opportunities.
Don't take a dumb penalty on the face-off. You just got the power play. You're down a goal. Don't take a dumb penalty and flip the momentum again.
Akima has it. He's in the corner. He's going to look, give it up to the point. Contrado now with it on the near side. Just cycles this one down low. Lambden getting control of it. Gives it back up. That was a pass intended for Contrado, and now Babin's going to have to come out and settle down the puck for Wynn. Here's Bartlett, picks it up, leading that breakout, crossing the timeline as he races into the offensive zone. Bartlett at the circle, had a trailer, didn't pass this one up as he absorbs a hit.
Looks like the net came off.
That's what it looks like.
It's a break for Motor City. Oh.
Yeah. More pushing and shoving. And both players are going to go to the box.
Yeah, the officials had enough.
Yeah, Brian Parsons will go to the box, and so will Ross Bartlett. The refs are just trying to establish order, and,
they've let a lot go.
Yeah, they've let a lot go, but, usually when the play's over and they're still jawing back and forth.
Not just when the play's over, they're in the box.
Oh, yeah, they're still going at it. Ross Bartlett is almost saying, do you want some? Like it's almost like,
this could get interesting.
They could. He keeps saying it, do you want any? So they're both going to settle down, and here's a face-off on the near side. It's going to be controlled here by Henning as he gets an easy clear for the Prowlers. Minute 13 left here in the man advantage. Motor City, again, this is their third power play of the game. Trying to cash one in.
You can see the pressure Jay and Graham put on in the rocker zone. They're trying to force a turnover, steal a goal.
Why not? Cardinal just dumps it down to the far side. Puck's still going, and it's going to be easily cleared on the stick there of Graham.
And when you break that pressure, you have to have crisp passes. That's the opportunity you have to score yourself. You can't let Graham and Jay get back and that forecheck be able to return.
I agree. Here's a good look. There's a shot and a save by Rodriguez. Rebound out in front. It's going to get pushed down the corner. Contrado pitchforks this one to the near side. Minnie's going to pick it on up. Gives it all the way to the blue line, and chasing after this one is Josh Colton. 18 seconds left in the man advantage. With it now is Ulmer. Ulmer has a look in front. Oh, can't find the stick of his teammate Dalton Jay. That was a dangerous opportunity.
It was, and that's not what you want to see out of the power play. Maybe one shot, that's about it on the man advantage for Motor City.
Yeah, Colton tried to get a finger on the trigger. He couldn't fire his gun. That was an easy power play pelt for the Prowlers. That's now their third of the game. So they tried to move the puck into the neutral zone here. Motor City, Suffredini gives it up to the near side. Colton back to Suffredini. He's just going to tip it, now glass it. Thompson will settle it down. Thompson at the far side circle, stops, surveys. Had a good pass to Elias Thompson, but they couldn't connect. There's a good look. Fired it wide off the stick of Colton.
And look how many white jerseys surrounding Rodriguez. They are just forming a wall and waiting for the Motor City to make a mistake so they can attack on the other end.
They really are. Playing that tight box formation like it's a penalty kill. And then, yeah, the one guy will just slip out at the last second like we've seen so many times. They're going to wave off the icing as Rotundi, will move it on up. Now here's a quick shot on Makima's stick. It's going to get blocked. Coming over with it now is Foley. It looks to be a 3-on-2 as the Prowlers go with it the other way. Martinen couldn't do anything with it. Puck still in the corner. Johnson's going to protect the blue line, and now he has to go back and pick up the puck. Johnson surveys, has a man, that's Foley. He's going to get ridden to the boards here. Centering opportunity, backhand. Babin with a save. Puck is still loose. Oh my goodness, puck is still loose in the slot. Motor City will get a clear. What a good look there initially on the doorstep for Larry Vartinen, and Vartinen has the puck again, moves it on up. Prowlers starting to go on all cylinders here.
Motor City's got to be more disciplined defensively. They got to get the rotations. How many times has there been a white jersey with no one around him right in front of the crease this game?
Yeah, no one is shading in front. You're absolutely right. Here's Contrado, just came off the bench. He's going to offer a backhand. Just trying to maybe stop play for a second and allow the Rockers to reset. What's coming out now is Bartlett and Parsons out of the box. They're still jawing at each other. I think we might see a fight when they're both on the ice.
Parsons isn't the kind to throw down, but neither is Austin Federley, and we saw him throw a few punches earlier. So if you're Motor City in this media timeout, I should say, you have to find a way to settle this down. It's kind of gotten a little sloppy, and that's the kind of game PortilloN wants to play. Up and down, like I said in the first period, trade chances. You haven't seen the Rockers in their system moving the puck around for extended periods of times. in the Prowler zone. You need to find a way to get back on schedule if you're Motor City.
Yeah, Motor City, I mean, you're right. They are just struggling to find any offensive rhythm right now, and we see two young hockey fans going to slide, almost like a slip and slide. Do you ever have one of those when you were a kid, Brady?
I did. I had a few.
So I guess you just run and jump and see how far the raft takes you.
That's a new one for me, Ben.
I've never seen that before.
That is a creative game to play mid-period.
Yeah, it's a fun game to play. I mean, I've been on a slip and slide a couple of times. Those things hurt if you're not prepared for any bumps in the grass, but I've never seen a jump and slide raft and see how far you can take it. That's pretty creative.
No, I haven't either. And well, out of this timeout, I want to see who keeps the momentum going, because Port Huron, really since about the 5-minute mark of the first period, have been forcing the issue. Have to find a way to flip it, because I thought Motor City won the first period for the most part, but Port Huron had the goal. Now feels like Motor City's back on their heels, haven't been able to get any high-quality chances. It's been very easy for Rodriguez in net.
It has, and that's what Coach Brown has to figure out, solving the Rubik's Cube. That is Danek Rodriguez. And you would think it's not that hard to solve, but it's been tough so far, and Coach Brown is in charge of the forwards. Coach Swider in charge of the defense, as they were back when they were coaching together at Northville. Puck now in the corner. Gets tied up. Coming in to help is Elias Thompson. Here's a good pass. Everett Thompson with a blast from the point. Good save by Rodriguez, and he'll freeze it right there.
I do like what you saw out of the timeout. They're just starting to throw pucks on net. Even before that shot, they just set one in, trying to get a tip into the net, trying to find a different way to generate offensive opportunities. Maybe not looking for the perfect shot anymore like they were a period ago.
Yeah. I mean, any coach will tell you, and I've talked with a lot of hockey coaches, they want you to pepper the net and crash and get those dirty goals. I mean, if you can do that, that's winning hockey at any level.
And when you're sustaining possession, hey, maybe you can make the extra pass. Maybe you can try to wait for the perfect opportunity. But when you've been on your heels for a while, throw a few on net, maybe get a dirty goal, maybe get a cheap one. And, hey, they don't ask how, they ask how many.
Well, it doesn't matter how you get them. It just matters that they count. Contrado tries to get control of the puck, and here's numbers again. It's a 3-on-2 for the Prowlers. With it the other way, there's a quick shot, firing it high and wide. And the Rockers still can't get possession of the puck here. Graham has it, rides it all the way to the end line. We'll have a delay call on the Rockers here.
It's going to be a high stick. Got Graham when he's bringing it in the zone.
Prowlers looking for a way to get one here. Federley fires that one, and Babin makes a glove save on the line drive. And it's going to be slashing, they said.
Tomato, tomato. It's 2 minutes either way.
Yes, it is. This will be on Cade Lambden, the 23-year-old out of Newport, Michigan. It's the first time, I believe, Lambden has been in the box.
Haven't gotten to see too much of the Prowler power play so far today. And while they're peppering early.
Yeah, they're looking like they want to add on to the lead and do so in faction. Here's Schumacher cycling it down low. Now coming to pick up the puck was Marit, but the Rockers will get to it first and get it cleared. Rodriguez left it there. Federley will pick it up, looking for that breakout. Now controlling the puck for a moment was Devaney. He's the lone goal scorer so far in this game. It's 1-0. There's a good look from the point. Another glove save by Babin. That was off the stick of Austin Federley.
Babin's been seeing the puck well, especially here in the second period. Not as bouncy as it was for him in the first. He's grabbing the puck. He's holding on to it. And a couple nice snags the last couple of shots for Port Huron. don't want to let them set up. Now that they have their top power play line out, Port Huron's itching to go up 2 scores.
Good face-off tie up in the far side circle. Bartlett will get the clear. Babin, we were saying, is a good goaltender. He won the league MVP when he played in the Greater Metro Hockey League in Ontario. He sees another one just go whiz past him. The MVP of 2019 in that season. Of course, he was a 2-time All-Star and was goalie of the year in 2019 as well. Here's Johnson's going to cycle it down low. Now, couldn't get a finger on the trigger there. It was Vartman. Now we have another tie-up, no call. They're going to just let play continue. Thompson tries to board this one out, and he gets it through. Bartlett's offering chase. Johnson doesn't feel him. Now he sees him. 35 seconds left in the man advantage. Vartman gets it on the near side. Tries to dangle around, loses control of the puck. Good back pressure there by Clouston. 20 seconds left. Maybe one final push for the Prowlers. Vartman blows a tire. Picking it up now is Jay. Time not on their side. Here's Foley. Gives this one up to Federley on the near side. Rides it to the end line. 5 seconds left. The Rockers are going to get a clear out of it.
That's a really nice kill for Motor City. And didn't give up too many opportunities, keeping the score even for now, at least.
Yeah, that's a really good kill. You're right. Motor City trying to maybe use that momentum. There's a quick shot on the near side. Thompson will pick up the rebound. Tries to get this one out. Oh, there's a high stick, and that's going to be a call. Oh, my goodness. Lambden picked up the puck, and right when he picked it up, right at the RU logo, he took that stick right to the face.
And he's going straight to the locker room.
Yeah.
Let's see what they give Foley.
I mean, that's incidental. I mean, I don't see anything more than 2 minutes upcoming here. But yeah, Lambden picked up the puck and then just got his stick right in the mouth.
I think he's saying he wants 4 because I think he's saying he drew blood. So I think he's trying to politic for an extra 2 minutes. He's going to the locker room. I'm assuming he got cut up a bit, or at least something to do with his equipment. I have to imagine he came back out. He's trying to get an extra 2 minutes up on the board.
Yeah, you can see the official saying it's 4. Well, yeah, he's saying it's 4.
Double minor.
Double minor. You're right. The officials with the 4 fingers up.
Alex Johnson letting him know from the Prowlers bench he does not agree with the 4-minute, the double minor call.
Well, Johnson had the best look at it. It was right in front of the Prowlers bench. But yeah, you can hear him all the way up here. He's not a happy camper about that. It's going to be, 4 minutes. Evan Foley, the guilty party. It's the Rockers get control of the faceoff. Wynn moving it up. Oh, no one was there to accept that pass. Ulmer now with it. There's a quick shot into a crowd. It's going to get deflected into the corner. Alekin tries to get to it. It's going to come to the end line. The Rockers now settling this one down. Oh, another good forward checking pressure here by Graham. Centering opportunity into the slot. Cannot be collected by Ulmer. The Rockers will come out with it. Rockers trying to get a good opportunity here. Cardinal on the near side. Settling this one on down. Now Contrado tries to keep it on in. He can. Everyone has to check up. Him and Wynn are just going to go back and forth. Contrado just quickly pushes up to Alekin, and we're going to have another call. I think Contrado drew a tripping call.
Yes, he did.
Then there's another one.
Alekin down in the corner.
Yep, Alekin is going. Him and Heinzel are going at it.
That might be a crowded penalty box here in a moment.
Well, we do have suites all over the place. What better than having a suite right there on the ice, right?
Right, yeah.
It's free. You go in, you get to spend 2 minutes, you watch free hockey, you come right back.
Oh, and it's going to be Matt Graham that goes to the box along with Heinzel.
Yeah.
See what they sort it all out with. At worst, it's 5-on-3. I'd have to imagine.
It has to be a 5-on-3, definitely. I mean, Contrado got tripped back when he was getting the puck and he cleared it. So it has to be a 5-on-3.
They have to find a way to get back on the same page. You're out of sorts on the last power play in the first 45 seconds of this one. It hasn't looked crisp. I know it's a new system, but this is a golden opportunity to net that first goal. A great opportunity to tie this game up. Heck, maybe even take the lead with how much time's put up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're right, Brady. This is the perfect opportunity. Looking for a way to get back into it. A 5-on-3, even a quick goal. Tying it up, why not? And right now, Thompson and Henning are just talking with the officials, as they will be the mediaries and the messengers.
Is that 2 more on Port Huron? So is there going to be another 2 minutes once the first penalty comes off the board? Because there's 3 Prowlers in the box, and there's nobody from Motor City.
Yeah, that's a good call there, Brady. I don't know. Makima's going to be ready in the near side face-off circle. We will begin this 5-on-3 as we're almost halfway through the second period.
Looks like they got Graham for knee.
Oof. Here's Contrado with a shot. Rebound comes back out. Makima's going to pick up the rebound at the circle. Here's Contrado with it. As we said, Contrado's like an offensive defenseman. He does have a forward and a D next to his name. Here's Wynn with a shot punched away into the corner. The Prowlers will get a clear, and a big clear at that, as Babin's going to settle it down.
And I like the willingness to throw it on that. Hey, this penalty kill is going to be out a long time for Port Huron. Wear them down.
Interference is going to be the call here. Is this going to be on Federally?
No,
it can't be. Yeah.
It is going to be on Motor City, and it's going to be on Makima. Can't knock the stick out of a guy's hands when he's just standing on the blue line.
Yeah, no.
That is a penalty that drives a coach crazy. You had at least another 80-some seconds of 5-on-3. Now instead, you give up a man advantage, and, well, yeah, a great chance to tie this game up just becomes a nice chance.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Brady. I mean, you're right. And plus, not only did he carry the stick out of Federley's hand, he then kind of just pulled him along with him too. So even if, even that's going to be interference all day, any day. It's going to be a 4-on-3 now. It's Motor City again, still trying to crack the scoreboard for the first time this season in their home opener. Thompson looking for a centering opportunity, can't find it cleanly. Now Suffredini has it at the point, gives it up to the near side. Colton surveys, stops. Now he and Suffredini will switch. Suffredini has it, gives it back to Colton on a D-to-D. There's a shot, good save there by Rodriguez. Prowlers looking to get this one out. Johnson will get the clear. Motor City again, looking to see what they can do here. Reeder gives it up to the near side. Colton takes it all the way down to the end line, gives it back to Reeder. Now Suffredini with it. Gives it back to Reeder. They're still going to survey. Here's Colton with a shot. Good save there by Rodriguez. Thompson surveys. Picks up the puck after it was swatted away from him. Thompson backhands it. Oh, centered in front. That was a good opportunity.
Expecting someone to be home. No one was there. Went between 2 black jerseys.
Yeah, Brad Reeder was right there on the doorstep. He could have got a stick on it. It would have been golden. There's a shot by Suffredini, and that's going to go wide. Colton sends it down to the end line. Here's a centering in front. Colton with another one that's going to be blocked in front. That was blocked by Matt Graham. Another tie up on the far side, trying to get to the puck is Gaudette. He overskates it. The Prowlers are going to get into the neutral zone here. 10 seconds left until the Prowlers go on the power play. And they'll have a power play for 35 seconds. Bartlett has it, overskates the puck. Henning with it in the corner. Here's an opportunity. There's Clausen in the slot. Oh, ho, ho. Had a good opportunity, and Roderick makes the save, and now there's going to be a tussle. Minnie throwing some punches, getting Elias Thompson as they square up. Still tying each other up. Elias Thompson.
All right, guys, got to do something here.
Who's going to take down first and get the 2 points? Well, there goes the helmets. Well, no one earns the takedown, even though Minnie got a good couple of right hooks right there.
Wasn't a lot. I don't know if you can call. They're going to get 5 minutes, but would you technically call that fighting?
I would call that
wrestling.
Sumo wrestling, almost. Because in sumo wrestling, you're grabbing each other,
right,
and
you're trying to
move each other around, right by the waistband. That's what it kind of looked like.
Well, the officials have been busy trying to sort everything out. I'm assuming it's just going to be a couple of 5 minutes. Well, it looks like they're trying to write everything down. I couldn't tell if Roderick may get a penalty for that initial shove. I didn't see what caused it. I saw it out in my peripheral as it was happening. So let's see what they go with. At least Motor City, I'd imagine, would be on the power play for the next 26 seconds. But they've had chances to take the lead. I mean, Von Clausen has the puck point blank. You get the puck on his stick. That's the shot he dreams of. You only get so many of those opportunities in a season, really. And, well, couldn't finish it again. Rodriguez played really well for Port Huron. 26 saves in the shutout performance here through half the game.
Well, and it's funny. Clausen has been playing in this league since 2007, has 14 goals in 90 games. He's played for the Mentor Icebreakers, the Columbus River Jackets, and the Carolina Thunderbirds. So he is a guy that can put the puck away. And, yeah, you're right. Dedner writes. I think he maybe thought about it just a half second too long and then fired it. But you don't get 14 goals by accident.
Let's see. They have Foley on one side along with Minnie, and that is Elias Thompson in for Motor City. So it looks like offsetting fighting majors.
Yep.
Well, the penalty list is now about a mile long.
Yeah, it's getting there. Yeah, but you're right. They're both offsetting. Quickly, just right now, shots on goal still favor Motor City in this period, 8-5. They're still talking behind that bench there, but so far 8-5, and then overall in the game, 26-18.
Ben, correct me if I'm wrong, but no, never mind. I am wrong. Never mind. I'd have thought, and then I realized I was wrong. So I'm going to save myself from embarrassing myself. Thought something was up. It was not.
No. Motor City on the power play for 20 seconds here. Everett Thompson has the puck, gives it back. Clauston, we just talked about him, gives it up to the timeline. There's a quick pass, gets batted away. Ulmer has it. He's going to hold on to it. Prowlers and Henning with it now. They'll get one final clear. Ulmer, good forechecking pressure. Clauston's going to have to pick up the puck at the end line. Racing to get this one is Rotundi. Bartlett coming in to help now. Tries to keep it at the point. Clauston tries to flip it ahead. He gets a second opportunity. Moves it ahead to Gaudette. They can't find tape to tape. And that'll be icing.
You know, this game's been a little backwards in the sense of when the game first started, it felt like Motor City was in a groove. It felt like they knew where each other was going to be. Some nice passes. As it's gone on, it just feels like the chemistry, it's become more apparent, isn't there yet. It looks like a first game of the season for both sides, really. But there are times where they just don't know. Motor City doesn't know quite where each other are going to be.
Right, they don't have that extra fifth sense. There's a centering opportunity, one-timer put away there. Devaney gets his second. And assisting that one is Larry Vartman. Beautiful one-timer though.
It was, and Port Huron's taking advantage of the Motor City defense, working side to side. That's part of the chemistry. Not quite sure where each other's going to be. Easy pass for Vartiainen. Well, a nice pass, but an open pass for Vartiainen, and Devaney just buries it. He had about 4 feet of net to shoot into.
Aim small, miss small, right? They have the score wrong on the scoreboard, so we'll have a reset on the face-off. They gave Port Huron an extra goal. There we go. Now they have it correct. So back to 5-on-5 hockey here at Big Boy Arena. The home opener for the Motor City Rockers. And they've carried the pace of play for a majority of the first period, but about 8 minutes left in the first period, the ice started to really tilt the other way for the Prowlers.
I'd say really, the last 20 minutes of game time has been mostly Port Huron.
Picking up the puck is Wynn. He's going to survey, gets a pass, going to be chipped, and Jay's going to collect it for Port Huron. Jay's going to get it to the near side. He has help on the far side. There's a quick shot, and Babin will freeze it. Matt Graham was right there.
Port Huron hasn't had a great quantity of shots recently, but what they get has been high level. And really, Trevor Babin, to the 2 goals he's given up, can't say much as a goalie coach when you talk to him.
No, I mean, he's trying to slide and get back into position in time, and he's just getting beat on those one-timers. Both goals, quick pass one-timers, and that's been the difference in this 2-0 game so far. Here's Johnson with the puck. The assistant coach moves it up to the near side to the head coach, Graham, who gives it up to the far side. Jay will pick it up right there, sends it down to the corner. Contrado overskates it. Now it's going to be slapped there by Wynn to the near side. Puck's going to come back, though. Jay will battle Contrado for it. Contrado will get it all the way to the timeline. Henning will stop it there, and he'll flip it through. Contrado will pick it up. He's going to settle it down and survey the ice here.
I know Gordy Brown's wanted to, sit back, let his defense, stay farther back, be a little less aggressive on the forecheck. But as the game goes on, maybe just try to put a little pressure in the Prowler zone.
Speaking of pressure, that's a good shot there by Bartlett. Couldn't bang it home, though. Better save by Roderick. Here's another look that's going to go into a crowd. It's fired in front. Almost there by Brad Reeder on the doorstep. Man, Roderick just dodged a bullet.
Hit the industrial fan. Sometimes when you're playing as well as Rodriguez, you have to get a little bit of luck in. Well, that puck just bounced over the stick of Ryder. Otherwise, it's 2-1. But again, a cleaner pass or just that little. That's the difference between scoring and not. Mm-hmm. And they just haven't had that small difference. Motor City hasn't so far tonight.
No. Motor City winning that one, though. Suffredini's going to fire that one high, and it's going to go out of play.
That was a big difference.
Yeah.
Where are they going to take this face-off?
They said it was deflected, so it's still going to stay in the offensive zone.
Good eye. I have a little bit of time to think about it.
Well, when you see an official kind of do the dollar sign, right, you know that the ball is tipped. I know I played football my whole life. Anytime I knew the ball was tipped, I knew I got a clean shot on someone coming over the middle, so I took it. As a linebacker, you always wait for that tipped ball at the line of scrimmage. You played defensive end, right?
Right.
So you know what that's like.
Oh, yeah. Are we not taking the media timeout? Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No.
But you.
I thought we were. The kids are ready. They're champing at the bit.
Did I miss some extracurriculars after the play? oh no, it wasn't time for them to come out of the box. That is what I missed. Thompson's still in timeout.
Yeah, Thompson thought maybe he could sneak on, onto the bench, but no, they recalled him pretty quick. Port Huron has to check up. It would have been offside, so they'll just dump it on in. Colton will pick it up, gives it up to the far side, trying to get this breakout going is Motor City, and they're just trudging along. Looking very clunky and disjointed on this breakout. They're going to call offsides.
Now the media timeout.
This should be.
They buzzed for it.
And here come the kids. So
yes. Yeah. And I want to see Motor City get back to what they were doing in the first period. They looked crisp coming out. It looked like they had a game plan. You want to draw another parallel to football, almost when you script the first plays.
Yeah.
But they were moving around. The passes were crisp. But here in the second period, it's really been all Port Huron. And I don't want to take away any credit from the Prowlers. They've been very aggressive.
They've been good.
Their style is to get in your face and not let you make the clean pass. And they've been getting in the way just sometimes really well, sometimes just enough to throw them off just for a second. And that's been enough to get Port Huron go the other way. But the ice has been tilted right towards Trevor Babin this whole period.
It really has. And it's an uphill climb for the Rockers. And again, they look disjointed. You can clearly see they don't have that chemistry yet. They don't have that sixth sense of knowing where their teammate's going to be. Or maybe even not a sixth sense, but a trust of where your teammate's going to be. If you're going to lead him on a pass, maybe he thinks you're going to chip up on the ice, maybe shade up a little bit. He's not there, so the pass gets errant.
And we've seen a few on the power play at this end. It was sent across the ice to the far circle, and there were two different Rockers, went right between them both. Yep. Again, just that little difference is what changes a game from a win to a loss to an overtime game. They're going to have to figure it out sooner rather than later now that it's a 2-goal deficit.
Yeah, and of course that one there by Reeder, a few minutes ago that he could have swept in, just bouncing over his stick. That would have been a help because you can tell the Rockers are really pressing to get that goal. Speaking of one, there's one centered opportunity. Merritt couldn't get a stick on it.
And that's a good point. Maybe they're pressing a little too much. Maybe they're gripping the stick a little too tight. Just need one to go in to see, hey, it does work, and take a deep breath and relax a little bit.
I think that's what it is because you can tell they're playing tight. They're not playing loose. And
I think some coaches say they're thinking too much.
Yes.
They're not just playing.
100%. If you're an athlete who's played any sport at any level, you've heard that expression before. Here's a good chip ahead. It's Reeder. Goes and, just loses the puck. Reeder had a good opportunity in front, just lost the puck on a dangle. And Rodrigue dove for the puck. I don't think there was contact there.
No, I don't know if the puck hit him in the helmet or what have you, but he had a great opportunity.
Okay,
there definitely was some contact.
Yeah.
It wasn't goalie interference. It shouldn't be by any means. They let the play go on. In fact, the only reason they stopped it is because Rodrigue was down. And you remember back early in the first period, he was down because he took a shot. And, Roman Gaudet was a little upset because he got the puck after he was still down. And Motor City still controlled the play of the puck. And that's a tough situation for an official to be in. You have a goalie that's down, and you kind of let Motor City take the second shot, and then they blew it dead. It was behind the net. I actually think the officials handled that pretty well.
Yeah, if a goaltender's down for a couple of seconds, you expect him to maybe pop up, and you wait for him to pop up so you have the opportunity to possibly score there. But, I think the officials are doing a good job making sure, especially, with what happened in the first period, we saw Rodrigue's head bounce off the ice without a helmet, stayed in the game, played pretty well so far, and just protecting them and doing everything he can. There's an opportunity, there's a shot. Rebound still loose, and Rodrigue is just going to freeze it right there, and we have more extracurriculars. Cade Lambden getting tied up. Now there's more extracurriculars. And
everyone's finding a dance partner.
Yep. Man, Thompson just threw a punch.
That one might cost him.
He was getting tied up with Austin Federley. Federley was holding on to him, and Thompson just gave him a good right cross. And I think Thompson's going to get away with it.
Ooh.
They're not even walking him to.
Oh no, they're calling him back.
They go. You just saw the official just go, nope.
Like an angry parent.
Yep, come on.
Yeah.
And even Thompson's like, I wasn't doing anything. He was holding on to me.
For a second, I thought he might be taking a quick trip to the locker room. I thought they might give him a 2 and a 10, but let's see how they sort out yet another skirmish, another kerfuffle.
I think Lambden's upset that he's going to the box because he got. I mean,
it
was basically 3 guys on 1, but
I think they're going to keep this even hockey. Now the question is it 5-on-5, 4-on-4, heck, 3-on-3? Because they've done both so far where there's been penalties that they've just said, all right, offset, both you go to the box. We've had 4-on-4 hockey. That's how Port Huron scored their first goal.
Right. It looks like it should be 5-on-5. The way players are coming off the bench for the Rockers.
And then, well, again, the penalty list is going to look like a CVS receipt by the time this game's done. We're not even to the end of the second period, and, well, it's just an absurdly long list. I don't have time to count it. I'm not going to count live on air, but maybe by the start of the third we can tell you exactly how many penalties have been assessed, because we're still waiting to get the official word.
I was going to say, it looks...
Might be a Prowler power play. Like Dustin Henning was saying it's 5-on-4. He was saying for us, but maybe he means they're shorthanded? No.
I mean, there's 5 players for the Rockers and now
5
for the Prowlers. So there you go. That explains that mystery. So they still try to sort things out.
Looks like we will have 5-on-5 hockey.
I mean, there was 8 penalties in the first period alone.
There might have been 8 penalties on that exchange. You have 6 men in the box, 7 men in the box.
So there's been 9 penalties called in the second period. So,
well,
there you go.
So far.
So far.
Because there are 7 men in the box and there weren't that many. That is a crowded penalty box.
And plus, it puts the team at a disadvantage because obviously, even though it's still going to be even strength, you basically have a line sitting in the box for both teams.
Yeah.
Going to be some tired legs on a long shift here with 3 minutes left here in the second period. Makima settles the puck down. Gives it up to the near side. On it is Gaudette. Gaudette gets pinched off at the boards and some bodies are flying. Gagne was one of them. Here's Bartlett with a centering opportunity one time. Makima offering that one, and Roderick was just in time to see it go right into a center mass save and a freeze right there.
And again, that's another opportunity that you wait for, that you think of the night before, you envision it, and again, Roderick stones them cold. Haven't been a lot of great opportunities for Motor City, but when there has been, Motor City, or excuse me, Port Huron and Roderick have absolutely denied them.
And he's denied a couple of good looks, just dead center in the slot, too.
So I think they were still confused on what should be on the scoreboard. So it looks like there were 3 penalties for Port Huron. You had Federley, you had Weber, and you had, looks like Ulmer, all with roughing. And for Motor City, Everett Thompson and Cade Lambden each got 4 for rough, or 2 for roughing. But I believe one of the Motor City players had a double minor, so that's why there's nothing on the board.
That would explain it. Here's Cardinal, cross-ice pass, settled down by Alekin. Artie walks it in, loses it on a bounce pass. It's going to go to the far side. Contrano's going to decide to bail. so will win. Smart play there to keep it in front of them. Schumacher settled it down, now dumps it on in. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left here in the second period in a 2-0 game. Schumacher had trouble getting control of the puck. The Rockers would have been offside, so they're going to check up, and the Prowlers are just going to let time slip by as they set up the breakout here. Good bank pass in front. Heinzel lost it. Picking this one up is Makima. Makima has Bartlett, and they can't connect. Good break up there by the Prowlers, and they have a man slipping behind. It's Foley. Foley's going to pick it up. It's just him. Contrado battles with him, centered in front. Makima will pick it up. Another dangerous play. And a quick shot before Babin was able to settle it down. Prowlers looking to get something going again. Vertinen has a shot. That was deflected by Contrado's stick. Gaudette had it, overskated it. Centering opportunity cannot be collected there. Motor City tries to get it out in the neutral zone. They do. Here comes another stretch pass. Bartlett can't get to it. Johnson intercepting that one, gives it up to the far side. Vertinen looking for a centering in front. Johnson just pushes it wide. Contrado has it, offers a bank pass to Bartlett on the far side. Bartlett settles it down, pushes it ahead to Reeder. Reeder has control of it, gives this one up. Centering opportunity in front. There's a shot, point blank, glove save.
Wow.
Josh Colton had one on the doorstep, and Rodrigue throws the puck. Unbelievable.
How did that puck not go in? Oh my goodness, you thought that was goal number 1 for Motor City. That's a beautiful pass. Found the tape, and Rodrigue just put the glove right where he needed to. Nothing you can do but tip your cap to the man between the pipes in white. That's a heck of a save.
That is. I mean, it's almost like he just closed his eyes and just was like, can I stop it? And he did.
Hey, he put himself in a good position, and it paid off.
He did. Good tie-up after the face-off on the far side. The Prowlers going to move this one ahead. Merritt with it on the far side, looking for a centering opportunity. Motor City will clog up the slot. Reeder has the puck with 17 seconds left, gives it to Colton. Colton's going to cross, and it's going to be offsides. Gaudette, the guilty party. So stop the play right there with 12 seconds left. But man, oh man. And the funny thing is, this game, even they always say the old cliche, the 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey. But it doesn't even feel like a 2-goal lead, does it? It feels like, oh, it's a 1-goal lead, still plenty of time to play. You still have a whole period to get back into this one.
Yeah, Port Huron's played really well this period, though.
They have. And like we've said, they've been playing probably well for 26 straight minutes. Time will expire. Port Huron has been pacing the play. They're not pacing the play on the shots on goal, as there's more pushing and shoving and talking after the play, after the whistle. But yeah, shots on goal after 2 periods. Motor City has 29, Port Huron has 21. But Port Huron is winning where it matters on the scoreboard, 2-0, and we've said it. They've been dominating for basically 26 to 28 minutes going back into the first period. They're really tilting the ice, getting advantage, but the good thing is we've saw, granted there were small glimmers of hope. There was a couple of good looks opportunity. Colton had one right before the period ended. He could have buried. There was another one in the slot that Makima could have had. Reeder again had one that he swiped at on the far side post, just missed. The opportunities are there. They're few and far between, but they are showing up and they're just not going in.
They are, and hey, sometimes, like we said in the pregame, a goalie makes all the difference in the world, and maybe if you have a lesser goalie or Dedrick Rodriguez and Rodriguez isn't playing well, maybe it's 2-2. Maybe Motor City has the lead. But you have to find a way to get more high-quality chances more often because Port Huron, frankly, they dominated that period, and it showed with the 1-0 lead. In the period, making it 2-0 for the game.
Yeah, no, I mean, Port Huron doing everything that they want. They're getting guys to break out. If you're head coach Matt Graham, you got to be happy with what you're seeing on the ice. And you just got to tell your players, hey, I think we have them in their heads. Keep putting pressure on them. We have them right where we want them. Just protect the lead at this point. And if you're Coach Brown, you're telling Motor City, yes, we're down 2. It feels like we're down 1. We've had opportunities. Let's get back to what we were doing in the first period. As you were saying, it is like football where you're scripting the first drive or 2 maybe, and getting those opportunities, trusting the system, maybe refinding an opportunity within the system. Because in the first period, opportunities were abound.
Absolutely, and gotta get one quickly because you want to get that feel out very, very quickly, and you don't want this 2-0 lead because every minute that goes by in the third period, you feel like you have to press just a little more.
Yeah, we have right now really quickly some penalty shots being taken by the Stars Pee Wee team here before the Zamboni will come out. Here we go, a little dangle on the far side. Oh, just pushes it wide. Coming out now is number 10. And we'll do a quick call here. 10 goes forward, backhand glove save. And we'll be back as we take a break, as we're going to watch these Pee Wee kids do penalty shots for the next 5 minutes or so. We'll catch our breath, and we'll come back with the start of the third period in about 13 minutes or so. You are watching Motor City Rockers hockey on the Rockers TV network. We'll be right back with the start of the third period. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back to the Rockers TV network. I'm Ben Sloggy, joined by Brady Beaton, here to bring you the very first game of the season. Of course, this is just the first game out of 16 total that these two teams will see each other. But after tonight's game, Motor City goes directly on the road. They will play Port Huron twice. They'll play on Friday and Saturday up in Port Huron at McMorran Arena. And then they will go on the road for 2 more games against Watertown in Watertown Arena before coming home on the 28th, right before Halloween. And they will face, who else? Port Huron.
And while there's been enough penalties for a 16-game series, 24 penalties through 2 periods. And I have a feeling that number isn't going to slow down. But in the pregame, Ben, I talked about who's going to be the goal scorer for Motor City. Who's going to be the guy that they count on to put the puck in the net. And, well, it's obvious as obvious can be. It's 2-0. No one stepped up and buried that first goal. Kind of waiting to get that first one and breathe that sigh of relief. But again, give Port Huron credit. They've played pretty well, and well, they've dominated the last period and a half.
How many penalties did you say they had? 26?
24 between both teams. I believe 16 in the last period alone.
Yeah, and we know that they had 8 in the first period. Here's the thing that's kind of a shocker, though. 5 power plays for the Rockers tonight have not cashed any in. They are 0 for 5. The Prowlers are 0 for 3 on the power play
neither
as well.
side has had a good-looking power play.
Yeah.
Both sides have been stagnant at times, out of sorts. And the last Prowlers goal was really nice. The first one was a good pass out in front. Both times, Rockers defensemen were caught out of position. You need to figure something out. Like I said, first 5 minutes are going to be huge in this period.
And, of course, in that second period, the Rockers did have a 5-on-3 momentarily before not cashing it in. So hopefully the tides can turn and they can retilt the ice in their favor as they get the puck to Bartlett. He tries to center it in front. Makima had it there for a second, and he gets pushed off the puck. Here's Weber with it, absorbs a big hit from Bartlett. Picking up the puck, though, will be Schumacher. As he fires a shot, it's going to be a glove save and a freeze by Babin.
And then after you take a big hit and a nice save, Vaughn Clouston takes a penalty. That's a tough one. Talk about the first 5 minutes being so important. When you spend 2 of them down a man, that makes it tough.
It is, especially when you're down 2 goals. 26 seconds into the period, down a man. It's not the way you want to start a period at all.
25th penalty of the night.
Well, it's funny, I said 26. I didn't think we'd get close to 26 that fast.
No. No.
But it is on pace, right?
Yes, oh, definitely. And Clouston's still pleading his case. It falls on deaf ears, as most do.
Anytime you talk with an official, they fall on deaf ears. But we know that all too well. Here's Foley. He blows a tire. No hand went up, so play will continue. Devaney, who has 2 goals, had the puck just for a second. Couldn't bang that one through as the puck's going to get cleared by the Rockers. Federley, who has an assist on one of those goals, gets the puck and gets the breakout going. Here's Schumacher with it on the far side. Now Foley tries to get a stick on it. Got his stick lifted by Wynn. Federley has it. There's a shot. Babin makes a good save under the left wing, and he'll freeze it right there. Minute 19 left in the man advantage. If anything that's looked really good tonight, it's been the Rockers' penalty kill.
Yeah, they have both sides penalty kill, and Trevor Babin's let up 2 goals. He's played pretty well again. I don't think any hockey fan that knows the game is going to look at the 2 goals that Babin surrendered and blame him for it.
No, definitely not. Babin's played well. Both those goals were one-time goals. One high in the slot, just the other one, of course, was just pushed through and banged in by Devaney. So can't fault him for putting in those. Prowlers try to get the puck into the corner and get it out of the corner as they give it up to the point. Homer gives it up to center ice. Now he'll get it back. Remember, he played at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Good high school program here in the state of Michigan. Ulmer cycles it down to Johnson. Back to Ulmer, high in the point. Quick bank pass intended for Jay. They can't connect. Graham tries to get it out in front. The Rockers will get an opportunity to clear it with 30 seconds left.
Chance to get some fresh legs out, get this last 25 seconds off. Because once this penalty is killed, you need to go on the attack.
Surprise, Port Huron's delaying. Now they have 15 seconds. There's a pass to Merritt. Can't control it. Lambden will settle it down, gives it up to Wynn. Wynn looking for that stretch pass first. It wasn't there. The Rockers will get a clear, though, as Contrado just fired a line drive, and Rodrigue had it and then pushed it back into play. Devaney flips it ahead. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Clouston flips this one ahead. Racing after it, trying to get there first is Lambden. He blows a tire. And he's going to draw the tripping call, and there's a big hit in front.
Might be 2 penalties.
And now there's a tussle on the near side. We're going to check the replay while we can. So they try to get this one sorted out here.
There's definitely an initial call against Port Huron. The question is, will anything be tacked on after that? So you kill the penalty, and then you give up, and then you get at least the power play, maybe an extended one.
Yeah, and the camera didn't catch it. They're going to catch all the extracurriculars, but
looks like Everett Thompson may be going to the, no. I think he's just waiting to get the word from the official. I think the only question is 2 or 4.
It's got to be 4. I mean, not only was there the trip, but then there was extracurriculars, so it has to be 4. It will be 4 so on number 74, Adam Heinzel.
So 26 and 27. We are fast approaching 30. And Ben, 2 things. One, last time Motor City was in this situation, they got to a 5-on-3 and then took a penalty. Frankly, one, that as a coach, it'll drive you insane. So one, take all 4 minutes of this power play, and if you don't, it needs to be because you scored a goal. You have to go on the attack. Still 17 minutes to go. You score 1 on this double minor. You're feeling good. You just need to get 1 more the rest of the period.
Yeah, that's a recipe for success to get back into this one. As Elias Thompson gives it up to the near side. So Colton fired a shot. Colton's going to keep it in on the near side. There's a quick play by Makima, couldn't do anything with it. Babin freezes it, and he'll play it. You're right, last time they had this opportunity, Motor City, they got onto the 5-on-3 after a 4-minute power play in the second period, and then they took one off. So here we go. Suffredini asking for the puck, but he's not going to get it. Thompson fires a shot. Rodrigue makes the save. Puck is still out in the wild. On the near side, Makima, top shelf.
I thought he slid it in the top of the crossbar. They're getting shots in close. This is the best the power plays looked all night.
The kid from Schwartz Creek, Derek Makima, almost snuck one in, but then it got deflected into the safety netting. So the good news is the faceoff will still be in the offensive zone as Bartlett will ready his stick. He'll do battle against Matt Graham. And the Prowlers will come out with it on the stick of Jay. Dalton Jay has it, backhands that one just wide. Motor City can't get to the puck. The Prowlers are just going to kill some time as best as they can here. Minnie has it, and then he'll clear it. Jay's going to offer some forward-checking resistance. Motor City tries to play it here.
You have to use the pressure against them in that situation. You have to get that odd man rush. Took too long to get it set up, hopefully for good reason.
Motor City blows a tire. That's Lambden who had an opportunity. Getting to it now is Thompson. Everett Thompson looking for a centering opportunity as he goes down. So going back to get control of the puck is Vaughn Clouston. Thompson can't get there, and here comes trouble. Prowlers having numbers. There's a shot. Babin makes the save. Man, that was a good look and a good rip by Frank Schumacher. But Babin had the better glove and froze it right there. At that point, it's great that you have a left-handed goaltender in that scenario. You can just glove it instead of punch it away with a blocker.
And again, when you have so many white jerseys up by your blue line, especially on the man advantage, You need to get in front of the pass. You need to use their aggressiveness against them. Port Huron, hey, they're up 2 goals. They're not taking their foot off the gas. Have to find a way to flip that pressure and get a goal back.
Yeah, Motor City has 2:10 left of their power play. Contrado has control of the puck here on the near side, acting as a forward. Bumps into Cardinal. Cardinal gives this one up. Here's Reeder with it. He's going to get forced off the puck. Motor City trying to get control of it in the corner here. Now it's going to come out to the point. Reeder has it. It's going to survey. Cycles this one. There's a shot. Cardinal had a man screening in front. That was Dustin Henning, but he couldn't bury it.
When we talk about the chemistry, even bringing the puck into the zone, Contrado goes right into Cardinal. He thought Cardinal was going to clear the zone. I'm sure Cardinal thought he was just going to give the puck up right there. That's a little thing that might go unnoticed, but when you get that cleaned up, the entry's so much cleaner. You get in your system so much quicker. That'll take a little bit of time.
Here's Contrado with the puck again at the point. Trying to get, nope, Wynn's going to receive it. Now Contrado back with it. He's going to cycle it down to the far side. Gaudette cycles it behind the net. Here's Reeder with it. He's going to survey. Flip the ice if you can. Here's Wynn. Contrado, we were just talking about that IQ, knowing where your partner is going to be. They were, Contrado was looking for the switch. Wynn was looking for the pass. So now they have to reset with a minute 10.
Even that pass right there, just a hair off the mark, but it slows you down enough that Port Huron can get back in their zone, and they're just packing the net, not letting any shot through.
Good battle here behind the net. Thompson and Gaudette try to get control of the puck here. Same thing with Reeder. He's getting pushed around by Schumacher. Schumacher going to tie it up against the wall again. Here's Thompson with it, giving it up. Contrado has Wynn on the far side, gives it to Reeder on the near side. Reeder centering opportunity. Wynn's going to pick it up. There's another one in front of goal! First one of the season! It's going to go to Brad Reeder! 2-1 power play goal. 29 seconds left. Rockers and gets this place rocking.
Had to get one. It wasn't the prettiest goal, Ben, but again, you find the back of the net. You have 13:45 to go. That 1-goal deficit looks a lot better. The crowd finally had something to cheer for. Finally was able to unleash that first big one of the season. And now it's a 1-goal game, and you feel like you took a little of the momentum back. That's the best the power plays looked all night.
Yeah, Reeder getting that deflection. He had 13 goals at Davenport University. Played in Sweden last year where he had 12. Played for 2 teams in Sweden. Did Brad Reeder. Big goal there though. Whole new game here, down 1. We will get the assists cleaned up here in a second. Another play in front. Puck's going to come out. There's another chance to goal! What a shot, Derek Makima! What a blast! 2-2 game. Makima caught the puck at the blue line. Fired a shot top shelf where the good stuff is. Ties it up at 2. It's just seconds apart. 2 big goals. Whole new game.
What did we say basically the whole second period? Need to get that first one out of the way, because once you do, you're feeling a lot better. You stop gripping the stick as tight, and look at that, 35 seconds apart, you get a pair of goals, 2-2. We got ourselves a brand new hockey game.
Really quickly as, oh my goodness. This place has come alive. Big Boy Arena. Everyone giving a standing ovation for the Rockers as they see the 2 come out on the scoreboard. But let's clean up the assists on that first goal. That goal scored by Brad Reeder. Assisting it was Mike Wynn and, of course, Elias Thompson getting the assist there. We will get confirmation on who assisted Derek Makima's game-tying goal in just a few moments.
Doesn't it feel like you see the black jersey flying around just a little faster. There's a little bit more energy, especially, obviously, you scored 2 goals in under a minute. You have the energy. But again, what was the problem with Port Huron last year is that they'd get those multiple goal leads, and then they'd fall apart and weren't able to finish. A lot of Port Huron fans are thinking, uh-oh, here we go again right now.
That's a very good point, Brady. Here come the Rockers getting that offense. Here's Clouston. He'll dump it on in. There's going to be a line change behind the play as new roadies come on the ice for the Rockers. Coming with it now, coming out of the zone is Parsons. He'll just dump it in. Babin will make a quick save on it. Puck is still loose into the near side. Now it's going to go out into the neutral zone. So Everett Thompson is going to get the assist, and Cade Lambden will get the assist as well on Makima's goal. You can actually hear "Let's Go Rockers" here at Big Boy Arena. Contrado overskates the puck. Everyone has to check up. Jay sees that opportunity. Contrado touches it. No, it's going to be offside. Smart play there by Brandon Contrado.
Everett Thompson trying to maybe get another man advantage, but a much-needed media timeout for both sides because Port Huron is completely on their heels right now, and Motor City is skating downhill. They can sense blood in the water, and you feel like it just don't take a penalty, and some of the penalties have been less than ideal for both sides so far. Play smart. Emotions are high. It's a 2-2 game. You have all the momentum. Don't give Port Huron any reason to get the momentum back and work back into this hockey game.
So Derek Makima, who played at Salem State College, played 98 games, had 36 goals. And the one thing that I liked that he did, the puck came out to the point. What did he do? Did not wait. Saw there was bodies in front of Danik Rodrigue. Fired a shot where he could maybe pick the corner. And that's what he did to tie a game.
Yeah, put it right underneath the crossbar. And that's a sign of they relaxed a little bit.
Yep.
I think maybe in the second period he tries to make a pass, tries to find a better shot. Just fire it on net. Mass of humanity gets through, bar down, tie hockey game. So,
yeah.
Hey, 11:35 left to the side. We might have free hockey, but Motor City has come out and played their best period when they've needed it here in the third.
They definitely have, and the best part was, like I said, I mean, we said it, in the second period, maybe Makima does skate it to the far side and maybe looks for a reset. Instead, got it right on his stick and fired it right back. And you can even tell Danik Rodrigue is keeping his head down in the net. He's talking to himself, trying to recompose himself, as you said, right before the media timeout.
Want to point something out, too. The Rockers' power play that they initially scored on was initially just going to be 2 minutes. It was the extracurricular that made it a double minor. And when did Motor City score in the power play? With about half a minute to go.
Exactly.
Big difference in keeping your head in knot.
And right now, as you said before the media timeout, Prowlers may be looking a little dejected here. There's another shot in front. Rodrigue's going to freeze it. That'll help rebuild the confidence just a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, right before that media timeout, guns were blazing for the Rockers, and the Prowlers looked like they lost the pep in their step. I mean, you know, how can you not? You give up 2 goals in the span of, 40 seconds?
35 seconds.
Yeah, there you go. So good face-off win for the Prowlers. Schumacher tries to get it out. Motor City pinches it along the boards on the far side half wall. Puck comes out. Motor City trying to get control of it. They can't. Coming with it now is Devaney. He has both goals for the Prowlers as he walks it in. Colton swiped at it. Can't get there. Suffredini has a good look there. Gives it up to the far side to Colton to play it. Now it's going to come to the near side. Battling around to try to get control of the puck here. Lambden goes behind. The net is going to get control of the puck. He'll leave it there. With it now is Colton. Suffredini with it on a quick D-to-D. Back to Colton. Back to Suffredini. Good forechecking pressure by the Prowlers, not allowing the breakout to get started. Alekin could have drew a penalty there, but he didn't.
He didn't try to act for it,
nope.
but you have to be careful if you're Austin Weber. especially with all the momentum on Motor City's side. You don't want to take a penalty that far in the opposing zone.
Yeah, coming with it now is Federle. He tries a centering pass. No one was there. Puck comes down low. Swiping at it was Rotondi. Getting to it, Johnson on the far side for the Prowlers.
And with the game tied at 2, you can start to get back into what you wanted to do in the first period. You don't have to press as much. You can play your style. You're not chasing anything. You can go back to the system that was producing good opportunities in the first period, because you do not want to start trading opportunities with Port Huron. They have some good goal scorers.
Puck's going to come out to center ice. Minnie's going to send it right back. Rotondi has it. Tries to move it ahead to Elias Thompson. They can't connect. It's going to be icing. We haven't seen a lot of icing today, surprisingly enough. I think this is only maybe the third or fourth all game that we've actually seen icing.
And I'm going to be very curious to see, this has been a very evenly played game, how these two teams, what adjustments they make, not just as the last 9:20 of the period goes on, but as the weekend goes on. What's it going to be like in McMorran Arena? I'll tell you what, McMorran Arena, with the last few years of the Prowlers, they've started just slowly gaining more and more fans. And it might not be the most packed place, but I'll tell you what, McMorran Arena is an old school barn.
Yep.
But have you ever had the pleasure of going up there?
That is the one of the few barns I've actually seen in the state of Michigan.
I'll tell you what, because you know the fans are right on top of you.
Yep.
The stands are elevated, and the noise has nowhere to go. They'll have 1,000, 1,200 people in there, and it'll sound louder than some places do with 3,000 or 4,000, because they're right on top of you. They're ravenous, and it's going to be a little different environment going on the road. I know it's only 40 minutes. I know Rockers fans will travel, but I'll tell you what, when Port Huron gets the momentum in their own barn, it's hard. It's a tough thing to shift it back, because it just feels like the roof's going to blow off that place.
I was going to say, there's a lot of old barns that I like. I mean, granted, I've seen a lot of high school barns, but Wallace Ice Arena on the campus of Cranbrook, great place to watch a game, very good old historic barn, but also the Yak in Wyandotte. Oh, there's a quick shot. Babin's going to make a save. I mean, the Yak, if you want an old barn, if you go all the way down to Wyandotte. Now, this place was built and honored after a mayor of Wyandotte back in the 70s. The Yak is amazing. They have MMA fights there. They have concerts there. They have hockey there. And you walk in, you're like, how is this possible? But it's one of those barns where you still have, stands out to the side, but it's all wood and it all just reverberates the sound all over the place. It's glorious. So the Rockers get the clear on down here. Trying to maybe add another one in front. Puck still bouncing around. Prowlers get control of it here. Trying to swipe at it. Now it goes to the half wall. Settling this one down was Heinzel. Now the Prowlers are going to get it out to center ice. Gaudette has the puck. Walks this one in. Fires a shot. Going to make a save is Roderick. Gaudette's going to get pinned along the boards. 8.5 minutes left here in a brand new hockey game. It's a 2-2 game. Jay has the puck looking for a pass. It's going to bounce off Gaudette. He's going to quickly get on the bench before there's too many men. Coming with it now the other way is Schumacher. There's a pass in front. Oh, good opportunity, but no one was there to bang it home.
Again, the defense caught out of position, especially when 92's on the ice. You have to know where 92 is at all times.
Speaking of which, Alex Johnson, that was going to be clearly offsides. Maybe showing a little frustration, maybe a little desperation. I only say that because the puck was clearly past the blue line. You still had 3 Prowler forwards up, and he goes in anyways and fires a shot. And then, of course, he then takes a hit, because why would you fire a shot on a goaltender?
Right.
Protecting the goaltender again.
Well, Alex Johnson's one of those players in the league. He wears his heart on his sleeve. You never have to guess what Alex Johnson is thinking. Right there, you didn't have to guess either.
Well, most defenders wear their hearts on their sleeve.
Sometimes you can hear what he's thinking, too, in certain rinks.
Yes, you can. I've heard stories. Here's Johnson again with the puck on the near side. Devaney, who has both goals, tries to maybe get the third. Gets pinched off the puck. Now it's controlled by Reeder. Gives it up to the far side. Motor City gets it into the neutral zone. Motor City tries to pass. It's going to be bounced off a player's boot. and come all the way down. There's a quick shot by Devaney. It's just going to go wide. Picking this one on up, it's Minnie. Minnie has it. Now it's going to be a quick D-to-D back to Minnie. He'll walk this into the neutral zone, crossing the timeline, and gets it all the way in. There's a quick shot, line drive catch by Trevor Babin. Freezes the puck with 7:21 left here in the third period, 2-2 game. Prowlers had a 2-0 lead entering this period, getting a goal in the first period, a goal in the second period, and then 35 seconds. That's all it took, a power play. Brady, you mentioned the extracurricular, making it a 4-minute minor instead of a 2-minute, all the difference. And then again, a couple of seconds later, tying it up, and that is where we stand at 2-2. Puck's going to come out to the point for the Prowlers after they win the face-off. They'll just dump it on in, trying to still get control of the puck. Elias Thompson overskates it. There's going to be a shot. Babin makes the save and pushes it out to the far side. Kept in nicely. There's another shot. He punches it away to the near side. There's another one in front. Can't bang that one home. Is Dakota Ulmer.
Port Huron right now, no shot's a bad shot for them. They're peppering Babin, trying to just get that one go-ahead goal and switch the momentum. They were controlling the puck pretty nicely the last couple minutes.
Speaking of shots, all tied up at 7 apiece in this period. Motor City leading 37-29. There's a Prowler player behind the play, getting slow to get off his feet. That's Austin Weber. Jay's going to try to come out. Babin's going to play it back into the neutral zone. Good stretch pass. Bartlett moves it up ahead. Here's Makima, who had the game-tying goal. Backhand in front. Good save by Rodrigue.
You notice here in the third period, getting into crunch time, both sides a little calmer after the whistle in the crease. Both sides don't want to be the reason why their team goes down a man.
I was going to say, it's only a 40-minute ride, but can you imagine the bus ride back just being that guy that drew the penalty when you're not supposed to? I mean, a losing bus ride, no matter, whoa, there's a shot. Babin makes the save. That was off the stick of Evan Foley. But, I mean, we've all experienced a losing bus ride back at one point or another. They're always solemn, self-reflecting bus rides. But as you said, not a lot of extracurriculars. So you don't want to be that guy that everyone kind of looks at when you get on the bus as you walk past, 6 rows of guys of eyes staring at you.
Well, I'm sure they already feel right now that they took a dumb penalty that to let Motor City get back into this game. You don't want to take another.
No. Motor City trying to get control of the puck here. Puck still bouncing around. Here's Gaudette with it. Tried to clear it. It's going to go just along the wall. Jay's going to pick it up. Now Jay has it. Centering opportunity. Bartlett's going to pick it up for Motor City. He's just going to move it ahead. Motor City's going to get a couple of players on a swap. Coming with it now is Johnson. He's going to get brushed into the boards. Not a clean hit, but an effective hit nonetheless. Another centering opportunity. No one's there. Here's Alekin. Now Clouston with it. Clouston's going to race ahead into the offensive zone. There's a 3-on-2, now a 4-on-3. There's a shot. Tried to pick the top corner, couldn't do anything with it. Good play there on the far side by Reeder. Go ahead, Bruce.
Nice job by Port Huron. Hey, you forced Clouston to a tough angle. He either had to hold on to it, try to pass it back out and reset, or take a shot from basically a negative angle. Port Huron's doing a good job on the defensive end ever since those last 2 goals.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. It was an opportunity where Clouston was just ridden down to the end line, almost to the point where he couldn't even pass it back because no one was there to trail the play. Motor City controls the face-off after the far side. It's going to be picked up here by Foley. Gives it up to the near side. That's intended for Devaney. Devaney gets it out into the neutral zone. Vartinanen couldn't do anything with it. Alekin had it for a moment, overskates the puck. Here's Colton with it. Tries to center it ahead. Just screening with it the other way is Bartlett. Puck's just going to come out to the near side. We're under 5 minutes to play. Who's going to get that golden goal? The Prowlers or the Rockers? Right now, momentum on the Rockers' side. The forecheck is strong. Good pressure there by Reeder. Another hit into the corner. Puck's going to come out. Going to be collected by Elias Thompson.
I feel both the crowd and players kind of sitting on pins and needles, not wanting to make a mistake, not wanting to give the edge to the other side. And Both sides tightening up a bit. Just a bit over 4 minutes to go until regulation's over. And there could be a shot at free hockey tonight here at Big Boy Arena.
Yeah, it's funny. In the second period, we were saying they were tightening the sticks for a different reason.
Right.
Now they're tightening the sticks in the third period for basically a good reason. You don't want to tense up and make a mistake. Another win for the Prowlers. There's a shot. Babin had no idea where it was. It floated over his head.
That saves all positioning. That's all something with repetition. You don't know where you go. You put yourself in a good position, take up the most space, and that's why it's still 2-2.
Good clear by the Rockers. Coming out to play this one's Rodrigue. He's going to get it back into the neutral zone. The Rockers have to tag up, and they do. Racing with it now is Thompson. That's Everett as he took a high stick looking for a call, and there's no call. Everett Thompson is saying, how is that not a call, as he's checking his mouth for a little red liquid.
I think he's letting his displeasure be known. Hey, sometimes, you take a stick up high, you try to figure out, you try to sell it a little bit, hope maybe you can get a call, especially with 3:51 to go, but officials weren't buying it there. And it takes a lot for a whistle to be blown as the game gets closer to the end as it's tied.
We see the Pee Wee Big Boy team scraping some ice shavings off the ice. One thing that was really cool, again, we said that this night has been 2 years in the making. There was a great quote in an article from the Metro Times written by Lee DeVino, where Nick Field said that he couldn't be more excited to bring the Rockers to the Metro Detroit area. It's something he's been working on for a couple of years, and they intend to deliver a competitive, entertaining game day experience for all the fans who love hockey as much as we do. And I would say he's delivered so far. This has been a really fun, exciting game. Granted, not the cleanest hockey played at all times, but pretty good. Face-off's going to be on the far side dot. It's going to be Roman Gaudette winning that one. Thompson has it. Oh, there's a shot into a crowd. Jay's going to pick this one up. Looks for a stretch pass. Doesn't find anyone. Babin puts his hand up and not going to get icing there.
Foley beat it out. You can see Foley and Jay waiting by their own blue line. They're like chained up dogs ready to attack the other end because they want to get that big goal, and they know both of them have the capability to.
There's another in front. It's a tap-in goal. Dalton Jay wearing the A on his chest, getting a big goal. 3-2 with 3:22.
Didn't have to do much. Redirected the puck into the net. Just got a little bit of stick on it. And Port Huron was peppering Babin with shots, and they eventually get one through. Defenseman didn't rotate down quick enough. And seems like all three goals you can look to one cause for all three of them.
Yeah. Bad spacing, bad positioning. Here's another opportunity. Babin didn't see that when it was pushed wide. Puck's going to be dumped in and kept in by Foley on the near side. Now it's behind the net. It's going to come out in the middle.
Say the total distance between the 3 goal scores might be 6 feet.
I would agree. Here's an opportunity from the Rockers. There's a quick shot. Turned away. Offering that one was Makima. Here's the Prowlers coming with it the other way. There's a shot pushed high and wide. They're going to give the assist to Gino Mini. Coming with it now was Veritinen. Veritinen had it there for a second. He's going to just bail on the play. So there's going to be a line change behind the play. New forwards come on.
Motor City, out of necessity, starting to stretch the ice. Port Huron trying to get that put-away goal. They're not sitting back and trying to kill clock.
So Jay Dalton got the goal. Matt Graham got the assist with Gino Midi. the Prowlers work this one up. Here's the Rockers trying to get a breakout going. On the stick of Suffredini, gives it up to the far side. Elias Thompson had it, gets poke checked off of his stick. Minute 50 left in this contest. We have to watch and see if Babin's going to leave his crease for an extra man.
Took the words out of my mouth. I'll keep a watch on Babin because with the puck deep in the Prowlers' end, you have to imagine it sooner rather than later.
Puck just comes out to the near side. Now there's an errant pass that goes behind. Elias Thompson's going to hold on to it. Jay's going to keep it on in. Jay, the difference in goal scoring, I should say. The Rockers trying to get control of the puck here with a minute 20.
They just need to get it out of the zone so they can get Babin off the ice. Time's melting away.
Here's an opportunity. Gaudette keeps it in. Tries a crossing pass. And Babin still in his crease. Maybe he's not coming out. There's another way to get dumped in by Contrado. Picking this one up is going to be Johnson behind the net. We're officially under a minute to play.
Might be waiting for a whistle. They've had possession of the puck. Babin's still staying put in his crease.
That's the only thing I can think of. Foley tried to get control of the puck. Now it's pushed ahead. Babin's going to play it out of his crease. Right there. Now it's going to be moved up ahead. Bartlett behind the play. They're going to call him offsides.
How far back is this face-off going?
Oh. That's the question. I think it's going to go 200 feet. Yep, it's going to go deep inside the Prowlers' end. 37.4 seconds left. A one-goal game. The difference maker scored by Dalton Jay. Matt Graham fed it in front. Dalton Jay just tipped it right in. And I think we're going to get a timeout here for Coach Brown.
And if nothing changes in the next 37 seconds, they played a good third period, Motor City did. But at the end of the day, you can't disappear for the better part of half the game, really. I mentioned the second period was all Port Huron. Yep. They started off strong, didn't have a great end of the first. You had a nice surge there, but if you can keep it consistent throughout the game. But even with the 5 goals in the game, I thought both Rodriguez and Babin have played well. The last goal might be, I guess, air quotes, the worst one Babin has given up. But I thought he's played well. He stopped all the shots you feel like he should have. And outside of the 35-second stretch, Rodriguez has been stellar in net for Port Huron.
Yeah, Rodriguez played a strong game. Yeah, except for that 35 seconds. Yeah, I mean, and plus one of those goals you couldn't see unless he had x-ray vision. He wasn't going to stop it. I mean, there was at least 4 or 5 bodies in front of him before Derek McKeema buried the one from about 63 feet. So it's going to be interesting to see what is drawn up on the grease board from Coach Brown. Face-off's going to be in the offensive zone for Port Huron. Taking the face-off will be Dakota Ulmer. Lambden's going to win it for Motor City. Contrado tries to race to get to the puck. He's going to leave it behind for Wynn. It's only 30 seconds left. They don't have a lot of time. Wynn tries to get a stretch pass. That was intended for McKeema. They couldn't get tape to tape. Now it's going to be cleared. Babin looked like he was going to come out. Babin's going to have to play it. 18 seconds left here in this one. Getting to it is Devaney. Devaney's going to tie it up behind the net with 10 seconds left. Devaney's just going to pin it behind the board, centers it in front. Wynn's going to tip it out. 5 seconds left. Quick pass into the neutral zone, and that's going to do it. Not the way the Rockers wanted to have their home opener, but still it was exciting, it was fun. Came down to the third period, and it was just that goal right in front by Dalton Jay was the difference maker. But you know, overall though, as the game went on, you just said it a few moments ago, Brady, you know, Port Huron really took control of this game in the second period. The Rockers could have just swindled away, just thought maybe, you know what, we're going to play them again twice on Friday and Saturday. We can get them back. Nope, they kept fighting. They said, we're not going to stop. We're not going to give in. found a way to tie the game, and they just couldn't get the game winner.
Well, I think the word of the day would be consistency.
Yeah.
Played well in stretches. Have to find a way to consistently have that effort over 60 minutes. And when it does go south, hey, only a couple minutes, only a shift or two, not a period. It's the second period was a tough one. Yeah. Now the good news is the next 2 nights you have 2 chances to get them back. Look for Motor City to become a little more consistent with their play throughout the next 2 nights.
So really quickly, I know you were working with the off-ice officials crew. Who were the 3 stars of the game?
I believe for the 3 stars, they were able to give the third star went to Brad Ryder, first goal in history for the Motor City Rockers. The second star of the night was from Port Huron, Joe Davini, 2 goals, and the first star, Dalton J, game winner. He's the first star of the night. So Port Huron comes into Big Boy Arena, gets the opening night win, gets the first 2 stars, and it's going to be a happy bus ride for Port Huron, and it's a business trip for Motor City the next 2 nights up to Port Huron.
Yeah, you're right, though. And I think you nailed it right on the head. Get consistency. We saw a very good first period from the Rockers. Again, with about 6 minutes left in the first period, the game started to slip away. And then all of a sudden in the third period, they got up off the mat. They fought. They started to swing, tried to go for the fences. Again, they tied the game in 35 seconds. It was a whole new ball game late, and they just couldn't get that game-winning goal. So, again, working on that consistency, I think we'll probably see more and more of that, as you mentioned also in the broadcast, Brady, that probably on Saturday night we're going to see a complete game either way from both these teams, especially from the Rockers, as they form that chemistry, that trust, because, again, we saw a couple of times players colliding into each other. We saw maybe a switch that didn't go the way it was supposed to. And also, if you trust your teammate to maybe bail at the right time, the stretch passes aren't going to be there on Friday and Saturday for Port Huron either, because your teammate's going to bail at the right time and you're not playing chase.
Yep, night 1 didn't go their way, but hey, there's 55 more games on the Rockers season. Have to take one the other night because you don't want to be in a 3-game series, lose the first 2. Again, business trip to Port Huron tomorrow night.
Yeah, because again, after Port Huron, you're going to have to go and face Watertown, who beat the Columbus River Dragons 2-1 for the Commissioner's Cup last year. So again, it doesn't get any easier, but we know Coach Brown will find a way to right the ship and get the Rockers rolling the way they should. Thank you so much for tuning in for the very first broadcast of the year for the Motor City Rockers. I'm Ben Salagi for Brady Beaton. We'll be back on the next home game for the Rockers. That's going to be sometime now. It's going to be October 28th, but we hope that you either come to Big Boy Arena or you come here and watch the game on Rockers TV. Until then, have a great night. We'll catch you next time. Rock on.